see. Well. What a way to start the week, huh? Or maybe some of you think Sunday's the last day of the weekend. But what a day, what a day. Good afternoon. And then I know lately uh my schedule with this podcast has just been all over the place, and I do kind of apologize. We will get back to consistency in the near future. It's just that your boy Unlimited is a busy man, so I try to squeeze these in when I can. Hey, channel, thank you for joining in. Yeah, man, all that fighting Sony did, and this is the end result. Oh, and this is the end result, the inevitable. This was inevitable, by the way. All right, this is what's his name? This is this is what this is Thanos. This is Thanos. Well, that's what he said in that one Marvel movie. This is inevitable. Hey, Xbox has no games. Hey, Xbox has no games. This the wrong day. This the wrong day to pull this shit, man. Because y'all PlayStation fans, y'all done. All right. How does Xbox win? I don't know. How about the fact that Sony that when you play Call of Duty, and I know you play Call of Duty because it's the most popular game on PlayStation. So when you buy Call of Duty in the future, that money, that 70 fucking dollars you paid for, is going to Xbox pocket. That's going to fund more games. Oh, they destroyed almost every studio. They are but objectively not true. How did that? Was Ninja Theory dead? Nah, Ninja Theory grew. Undead Labs grew. All right, Starfield, the biggest IP from the newest IP from Bethesda in 25 years is exclusive to Xbox. They didn't destroy nothing. But hey, man, you lost. You lost. All right, you lost. All right, Jim Ryan, after flying around the world to try to stop this deal, he lost. All right, and now the biggest game on your platform is going to put even more money into Xbox. What's up, Zink? Thank you for joining, man. I know it's Sunday afternoon, and I know I just threw this together. Hey, Dea, I sent you a link if you want to join on. So check your Instagram. PlayStation VR 2 loses and Sony loses Activision. Yeah, PlayStation VR 2, the flop of the decade. Matter of fact, we could pull up those PSVR 2 sales. Let's see. It's
You don't even need to pull up numbers. That thing flopped really hard. Flopped
yeah.
so hard, nobody is even talking about it. I
Oh,
mean, what a waste.
look, 600,000. 600,000. Oh yeah. How about this? Xbox has no games, and any PlayStation fan that's going to come in and troll today. Sony killed VR.
Correct.
Hey, Daya, thank you for joining me. And again,
Hey,
I know
So,
it's
First
Sunday
Lady.
afternoon. Hopefully, y'all all are chilling like I've been chilling.
oh man, I'm coming down from my highs because I've been celebrating all week. The
Yeah. Oh,
victory.
definitely. And what perfect way to end this week's celebration, Daya, than with Phil once again putting out a tweet, and
That's
and I'm
what
gonna read it
I'm
verbatim here. It
Okay.
says, "We are pleased to announce that Microsoft and PlayStation have signed a binding agreement to keep Call of Duty on PlayStation following the acquisition of Activision Blizzard. We look
Nice.
forward to a future where players globally have more choice to play their favorite games." And
Awesome.
yeah,
We,
exactly, Daya. Hey, Vodka. Go ahead, man. We got some trolls coming in, and we're gonna have fun with you trolls too, because you guys got nothing.
they
You guys
trolling
got
with this
nothing.
after PlayStation just signed an agreement after having to backtrack with that threat that they tried to issue to Phil Spencer. That was a joke
Oh
of a
man.
threat. I'm sorry, I didn't mean to cut
No,
into
no,
that. I'm
no, no, no.
sorry.
You good. You good. Speak your mind, Dave. Speak your mind anytime. So, same with you, Zink. But my point is, man. My point is, guys. Look. Listen. This war, if you want to call it a console war, ended in January 2022. And now that everything's official, now that everything's done, we're putting a bow on it. We're putting a bow on it today. Because we're now moving on. We're now moving on to bigger and better things. You know. You guys, oh man, isn't this just fantastic? What a great way! And thank you, Zinc, for sending this to me. So let me give credit where credit is due. First of all,
Hey, Unlimited. Let me. I just caught Dia. I just caught Unlimited in a lie. Unlimited. We're not moving on to this from this. I'm going to antagonize Sony fanatics from this point forward. As long as they remain a console, I'm going to
yes.
remind them of this entire year and a half of the incompetence of Sony as pretend business majors. Jim Ryan should have never contested this. If he would have gone to, at least he would, if he were in my class, but taught by my professors, he would have known he had no recourse. The best thing he could have done was like, hey, Phil, man, my bad for all that bullshit I pulled on you. You know what? Let's make a deal real quick, man.
Mhm.
You know, and save face. But
Yeah.
what happened that makes me proud is this one young lady had a presentation in school over 30 years ago, and she talked about how awful Sony was as a company. Now, since Jim Ryan went insane and Sony backed him for going insane for a year and a half, even flew to that island, E-Rock loves.
Oh, the Pit Karens.
Pitcairn Islands, flew over there. Now everyone knows how diabolical Sony actually is,
Yes.
especially that scathing email of demand with no power he sent to
Yes.
Phil Spencer. I'm
Yeah.
never letting that go. Go on here, guys.
May
Oh
I add
man.
something? May I speak
Go ahead.
on this
Yes,
subject?
please.
Okay, first before I start, I'd like to say hi to Channel and Vodka
Hey,
and
what's
Jay
up?
Dizzle. I wanted to say hello to everyone that's in the chat. And
Absolutely.
'cause I didn't get a chance to type it. So,
Oh yeah.
um so I just want to say this, that um this is amazing to me because Phil got everything he wanted.
Mm-hmm.
He got Bobby Kotick to come back and beg him on his knees to please buy Activision. Okay, because what happened at first? They came to Xbox, asked to be purchased. He said, "No, go find somebody else to do it," knowing good and well that only a few people could do it if they wanted to.
Dia, I think Phil said, get out.
I know that it seems that way. I get the impression that when they went to them, because after being treated like that, because I still can't believe how Bobby treated Xbox.
Mm-hmm.
After being treated like that, they said, well, if you can get somebody else, go get somebody else. But if not, come back. And this time when they come back, they're gonna come back begging, and that's exactly what happened. Okay, so I personally don't think that the leadership of Xbox like Bobby Kotick at all. I don't think they like him, but they with this wrapping up and them having to do what they have to do, they're tolerating each other. But I don't think they like them. Okay. Also, I'll say that uh, Jim Ryan not only insulted Phil Spencer with that offer, when they was trying to get them to buy the 10-year deal. What happened now? Now Sony had to come on their knees, just like Bobby Kotick, and beg them to take it, because they didn't have to take that. Give them a 10-year deal. They didn't. They could still say, we're going to put Call of Duty on PlayStation, but we don't want the deal. That it was not required that they had to give PlayStation a 10-year deal. They just had to make sure that Call of Duty was available on PlayStation. They didn't have to give them any deal. They can just say we'll put it on PlayStation, but we don't want any deals. We don't want to sign anything with them. They could have said that. Because what did Sony get out of this? Nothing. They have no marketing rights. I do not believe for 1 second that Phil was stupid enough to give them marketing rights. They're in the driver's seat now. And Sony lost that ability. They had that one little window where they could have asked for reasonable stuff, not anything, but reasonable stuff. Asking for the entire catalog of Xbox was beyond crazy. Okay.
Yeah.
And now,
that's absurd.
yeah, I'm trying to paint a picture here. This is why I'm long-winded. Because look at what Phil
You're
was able
doing
to
an excellent job.
accomplish. He got these people to come back and beg him on their knees to please do this or that. Buy us, please give us this 10-year deal. And Jim was acting all tough all the way up until the end. Oh, we're not gonna put COD on our platform. Oh, really? You're not going to do that. Okay. They thought Xbox would be terrified of that. Okay, don't do it. We'll keep it all. We'll just have everybody flood over here. Jim is dumb. When you're in a position that you're weak, you don't have the position where you can just talk big. Just because the industry treats you like that doesn't mean that's how reality works. And that's why I'm glad to see this. Anybody and everybody, please capture this. You see what you see on what's on screen here? Please capture that. Put that on Twitter, everywhere. Remind everybody that Jim had to come on his knees and beg Phil Spencer, as it should be.
Yes. Oh, fantastic,
Hey,
Dan.
well, let me back up Dia on something she said. Dia was, man, what was she saying? Oh, and you got to listen to what people are saying. This is why I'm so glad to be affiliated with the group that I'm affiliated with. You guys, 100 Show, a lot of elite, legal, what's his name? New Legals group.
Oh yeah, that's
those jokers hold some lines. Xbox All In, they hold it down. Okay, Dia, you talked about how these guys. How diabolical Jim Ryan was, and you hear so-called Xbox people talking all of this nonsense, and the thing is, just listen to them. I listened to a podcast yesterday, and this is one time I shut this dude down because he said they represent the community. No, you don't. This dude, they're trying to say Activision should go and renegotiate a higher price. Really? You can't do that in business, bro. You can't renegotiate nothing because Activision have to pay them $2.5 billion if they don't hold up their end of the bargain. They said, well, Activision had its best quarter ever. Hey, but before that, like Dia brought out, they were sinking. They were a sinking ship and begged for Microsoft to buy them. Phil said, get out. They had to go to Google, Apple, people that could afford them. They was like, no, bro, we don't know how to run a gaming company. We're stupid. It's just as dumb as you are. So, and so now Phil came in on this horse and saved the day. Great points, 4568.
Yep.
And also when you said that, also, if Microsoft was to back out, people act like somehow Activision would be just shining in glory. No, they wouldn't. All the problems that was there before rises to the top. Just think of oil and water. Okay. So no, if Microsoft disappears out of this, the confidence in Activision disappears because it's still under Bobby Kotick.
Absolutely. And they're experiencing layoffs. And then you just brought up Unlimited talking about oil and water as he's an accountant for the oil companies as they raise prices on us for gas up here in the great Midwest. That's all Unlimited is doing. That's why he bought that TV with our money.
You bought TV Unlimited?
Yeah, and he said on his show that he used the money he got from raising gas prices by manipulating the accounting ledgers.
Well, congrats on your new TV. What kind of TV is it?
Oh, it's the LG OLED. That's like
nice. I got that. Yeah, you're gonna love that. Yeah.
This TV's spectacular.
It's fantastic. You would
you gotta watch. You have to watch that video. Unlimited can't contain himself.
Yeah. But let's get back to the topic at hand. Because listen, like official Gamer 2 lying again. PS5 didn't sell 50 million, Xbox didn't sell 18 million, but that doesn't matter. See, facts don't matter to you guys. You guys are holding on to I don't even know how you have hope at this point, because we know Call of Duty was funding your exclusives. Now you're gonna get less of them.
Yes.
We know that Call of Duty was for, by the way, there's millions of players on your console, guys, who only play Call of Duty and nothing else.
That's right.
Prove
That's
that.
Right.
Jim Ryan literally went to various countries telling them that they can't make a Call of Duty competitor. So get out your mind that they could bring back SOCOM or some garbage and that's going to somehow compete. That's not how it works. So you're finished. You're kaput. You're done. It's over. Nada. Game over. However you want to put it. So I'm here. I'm telling you right now. I'm going to talk all the shit in the world. I'm gonna talk all the shit in the world because y'all lost. And I'm not going to be a gracious winner to the worst community in gaming, to the same people that has the gall to come to my videos and continue to lie, the same people who harass others and stuff. Nah, y'all gonna, as 100 says, y'all gonna get this work. Yeah,
Absolutely.
man.
May I say something real quick?
Get in there.
I want to say this is Official Gamer 2 you was addressing.
Mm-hmm.
Okay, Official Gamer, I want to paint you a picture now. Okay, come September, well, we know that the deal is finalizing with the CMA and this deal is done. Everybody has already considered it done, so it's done. So now Activision Blizzard King is a part of Xbox. First party, their skill set, all of those developers, which is a lot, I might add, all will be making first party games for Xbox. But that's not the worst of it. Let's fast forward to September when Starfield comes out. What do you think happens then? All of these people who are awaiting Starfield after that wonderful showcase will now start buying and flooding, the coffers of Xbox with money and or Game Pass subscriptions. That's what's going to happen next. Then Forza comes out, which is a powerhouse in the racing industry.
Mm-hmm.
That too will also fund and finish out the year of our first party games. How many is that this year? We got Hi-Fi Rush, Redfall. And no, I'm not ashamed of Redfall. Redfall is a great game, just like PD Projekt Red was, but it had a rough start. So Starfield and Forza. I think I'm missing something else. Age of Empires 2 on console came out, right?
Thank you.
Okay, so that
Age of Empires 2. Yep.
Yes, that came out, right? That was this year, right?
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
Okay. So that all came out this year. So what can you tell me that PlayStation brought out this year? And this isn't even the worst of it. We don't know what Microsoft is going to show us at Tokyo Game Show or a Gamescom. And they said they're going to make a presence at Gamescom. We don't know what they're going to show. It could be more gameplay. It could be something new. That's the thing. We never know what Xbox can show us.
Hey, hold on, Adia. I apologize.
No problem.
Let's help out Unlimited and let me corroborate what you just said.
Okay.
And because I like Unlimited wanting to twist the knife. Sony isn't even going to make an appearance at Gamescom. Proceed, dear.
They got nothing.
Okay, so that's it. So all you have to look forward to is Spider-Man, which looks mid. No offense, it doesn't look like it's come out of the PS4 era. So that's what you have to look forward to.
Unlimited, I caught Dia in a lie.
Oh, what?
Dia, it is mid. It is Spider-Man 2 Queen's Edition DLC. Go ahead, Dia.
Yeah, it's new location is Queens.
Two characters and they still can't put co-op on it.
They should have had like co-op for that at least. That was a missed opportunity. But anyway, it's neither here or there. Then PlayStation has it announced that they're making a Last of Us 2 remake. While we're still looking forward, think about that. Mic drop, okay? Mic drop. And I'll add on to that because I know it's hurting. I know it's hurting, Official Gamer. But here's the last bit. At some point throughout this year, we don't know when, Phil Spencer, together with the people of Activision Blizzard,
hold on, Dea. I gotta mention it. How the hell are they going to release a remaster and still don't have factions out?
I know. Jeez. If factions is not with that, oh my God, is that a big L? And it's not because they stopped production of it, right? Isn't that what happened?
Dia, also, Unlimited loves money. Unlimited loves money, and that The Last of Us 2 is going to be $70 without factions.
Ouch. Yep. Oh, wow. That's low. I don't know what to say. I don't know what to say. And this is what, look, this is, on one end, I feel bad for the innocent PlayStation gamer.
Hey, Unlimited, cut her mic.
Yeah.
Cut her mic. I thought Dia was turning into a rebel like she thought Shizno Elite was nice. I'm like, nah.
I got a little bit of a heart there. I got not for the ponies. Now.
Okay, Dia. I stand corrected. You are the better half. There's the better half. I agree with her. Go ahead. I stand
I
corrected.
kind of feel bad for them because a lot of them don't even know what's going on in that side. They're being fleeced and they don't really understand that. But I think that as more information comes out about Game Pass, more information comes out about Xbox, they will know and then they will make that switch. That's what I believe, because they're casuals. They don't really care where they play. They're going to care about their pocket and they're going to care about what games they can get. So, but so yeah, my last mic drop is that at some point this year they're going to do a Bethesda style get together with Activision Blizzard and going to sit down there and tell us the future of what we're going to all get from Activision Blizzard games. Obviously, King is mobile. So
I forgot about that round table that they owe us, like they did with the ZeniMax.
Yes, and what did they do? They painted the future of what they were going to do with their newly acquired company, right? So that's almost like a mini showcase for us, because now we get to see more future things that Phil has in mind, that his team has in mind, that Activision has in mind. Maybe even tell us about some projects that's already in the works that we heard about in the news. This is what we're looking forward to, Official Gamer. We're not looking to a remake. We're not looking for one game that should have been left in the PS4 era. We are looking, we're in this gen now, okay? And we're getting new games, got new acquisitions. And by the way, this isn't the last. Keep your eyes open for Sega. Everybody's saying that. Okay?
Hey, before Unlimited gets some of this, hey Dia, I just wanted to shake your hand. And are you really trying to say Microsoft is about to have hundreds of shows? Like Jim Ryan once said, we're going to have hundreds of shows. Yeah, Jim?
They're going to, you're not going to even think about PlayStation for the rest of the year. Xbox is going to be on the mouths of everybody, whether it's about the ABK deal, whether it's about when they do that round table and they talk about the future of what they're going to do with Activision Blizzard, whether it's whatever they bring to Gamescom or Tokyo Game Show. And I say, do look at Tokyo Game Show, because they still have partnerships there, so we don't know what kind of games they might introduce there. And Xbox tends to like to have some surprises, so we don't know if it's going to be something that comes to Game Pass or whatever. And that's another thing. Every month we don't know what we're going to get in Game Pass, but they've been great, fantastic games. We know some games, we don't know them all though, so it's always some surprises there. And I still challenge anybody, any Xbox out here, any fan of the Xbox ecosystem. Can you tell me a better year than what we are going through this year? Name a year.
Yeah, you can't.
This is spectacular.
I'll give it to you, Unlimited. I'll let you go ahead and go. But just like you said about the great year we're having, I absolutely love Redfall. I can't tell you how much I like this game. And I had to go get something to eat. And I said this before on one of our shows. I went and got something to eat, went downstairs and watched Unlimited play his favorite game of the year, the Hi-Fi Rush game.
Oh, Hi-Fi Rush. Yeah, that's right. He did say that.
Yeah, I'm watching this dude play this game, kick back, everybody has something to do. And most of you guys don't like the game that I like, that Age of Empires 2 game. And Shizno Elite brought up that Age 4 is supposed to come out this year.
Oh.
Yeah.
Oh, okay. All right.
Yeah.
That's nice.
Well, remember, Age of Empires 2 had more players than even Hi-Fi Rush at the time. It did.
It beat out
So it's another successful game under Xbox brass. So when I hear people say that Xbox killed all their studios, it's so easy to prove that. But something I do want to bring up. So we know, if there's one thing I do want to mention is I've been giving everybody an Xbox nicknames lately. So Bad Boy Brad Smith, the president who carries around the 10-year contract.
Like
it is official,
in his back pocket.
Yeah, it is official. That is the same contract Sony signed today. So that tells me that Godfather Phil was like, "Hey, Bad Boy Brad, what's up, man?" He's like, "What's up?" They calling who? Jim. Sony Jim, Pony Jim. Yep. I got you, man. And he went in. He went in his back pocket. He pulled out the contract. He didn't. He's like, "You got a pen?" "Oh, I keep a pen on me for this occasion." He didn't even respect Jim enough to unfold the paper. He just kind of threw it to him like, "Here, sign that." Right.
Oh my god.
And boom, history was made, and now and so I do want to thank you PlayStation fans for one thing though. Thank you for going forward supporting Xbox. Because you guys support Xbox with Minecraft, the third biggest game on PlayStation, and Call of Duty, the first biggest game on PlayStation. Yes. So
which will fund our future first party. So thank you very much.
So thank you guys. Thank you for your excellent work in supporting Microsoft and Xbox. You guys are absolutely spectacular. Really. We couldn't have done it without you. Thank you for funding the next Halo, the next Gears, the next Hellblade, the next Avowed, the next Outer Worlds, the next Starfield, the next Elder Scrolls. You guys are you guys putting some good money in our pockets, man.
Hey, Unlimited, let me cap that. And future acquisitions.
Yeah, thank you.
Oh, yes, that's right. Excellent. I want you to can I read something from Hayes? I think he said this was funny. He said, LOL, a green pen. That's what he handed to.
Oh,
yes.
That's brilliant. I like
that. And then he said, Jim said, could I read this? There's some parts there left blank. Brad said, no, just sign right there. We'll fill the rest of it in later.
Oh, man.
Oh, man.
And we know you are supposed to read all contracts. It's like, no, we're not letting you read anything. In fact, I think he covered it up. It's like, yeah, just sign right here.
Yeah, just sign right here, man. We good. We good.
Jim said, "What's that redacted portion?" Don't worry about that.
Yeah, we actually know how to use more than a black marker to hide our info.
Clown. Hey man, somebody else was talking shit in this chat. Who was?
Oh yeah, I'll get to it.
We got Xbox All In. How you doing? We got.
Hey, what's up, Xbox All In, man?
Just No Elite is in there. Joe Sinister.
Yeah, I'm catching up with the chat.
Hey, here we go. Hey, I saw Joe Sinister over here at 1:20 p.m. on a Sunday lurking.
Oh,
yeah, he was like, if you really want to twist the knife, tell them how Sony's dominant market position greatly helped this merger to pass. Hey, let me add on to that, Joe Sinister. Let's continue.
Yeah, go ahead and add on, and I'm gonna follow you.
Yeah, let's twist this knife a little bit more. Hey, Joe Sinister, as we have an accountant on here, Sony was the dominant market leader for 20 years. What did they do with their money? Why did they not buy ZeniMax since they were so dominant? That's what we want to ask them. Go ahead, Unlimited.
Yeah, and let me follow up to that. Sony, this is why us, Phil and Xbox won the chess game, because they said all the right things. Oh, we're in third place, and y'all ran with that. Y'all thought that was a gotcha. Our consoles didn't sell as much. Y'all ran with that. Y'all thought that was a gotcha. Sony, Sony. So Sony, they used their market position to try to push us out of gaming. Y'all ran with that. Y'all thought it was a gotcha. All he did was set up positions to say, hey, this is why buying Activision isn't going to harm the industry. And who won? Because I think one side's doing a victory lap and the other side is having a coping session right now.
Yes, a state of panic and disappearance. You can't find them.
Yeah. And that's why. And that's why throughout all this, whenever anyone said try to bring up sales, try to bring up third place, I've been telling you, I don't care. Third place Xbox bought Activision and Bethesda.
That's right.
So if that's what third place Xbox does, what is first place Xbox gonna do? All right, y'all thought the '90s Bulls was a dynasty? Y'all thought the Patriots, the 2000 Patriots was a dynasty? Y'all thought the fucking 1927 Yankees was a dynasty? Nah, man, this is. The reign that Xbox has brought upon gaming is something that y'all know your boy Jim Ryan and those at Sony cannot even fathom the match.
What an analogy, Unlimited. That was
very
awesome.
good. Yeah,
dude. Because just think about dear. Listen to what Unlimited just said, talking about a dynasty. And like I told this one clown on some other show, I've been watching Halo since my boy, where I got my name. Other Zinc from Zinc Griffin. He told me about how Halo was brewing in Chicago in 1997. Okay, it was 97, 98. And Microsoft bought them in 2019, gave the funding for Xbox. So over that period of time, they amassed Halo, Forza Horizon, Gears, Sea of Thieves, Minecraft, and these jokers have these games that's powering and giving reoccurring profits to a generation of games that propelled them to buy the games that's coming up now. The Starfield, everybody is waiting on it, and like I'm glad Dia said something. She reminded me of Starfield, not Starfield, Redfall, how, and people miss this. What you gave somebody bad, Matt Booty said Redfall's numbers were good.
Yeah.
And nobody said anything about that.
Surprisingly, yeah.
Right. And check this out, Dia. Here is where marketing comes in. Those controllers sold like hotcakes.
Yeah,
that's additional profit.
I wish I had gotten those controllers in hindsight.
Unlimited got them all. He bought all of them.
Yeah.
Yeah, he got the whole set too, so that's gonna be valuable one day.
Yeah,
the entire set.
I'll be buying everything. But yeah, Zink, you're right, man. You're right. Listen, Xbox knows how to make money. All right, there's a reason why the Xbox brand is valued at $600 billion, and PlayStation, with their 20 years of dominance, we've been told is only 45. There's a reason why despite Xbox being third place, that you guys love to say, they're able to afford. Here's the key word: afford. Bethesda and Activision. And it's not, guys. It's not just because they got Microsoft money. They don't just use Microsoft money.
They don't.
Thank you.
You guys.
They're independent business within Microsoft.
That's what we learned with the case, is that they're independent. They're an independent company that's a part of Microsoft, but they operate independently. That's what they said.
Let's help them out further, because of course, people believe journalists, and that's how I crushed people in college. Because I said we went the Microsoft way. Our professor pitted two groups against each other. I loved it when people trust journalists' words. Here's a good thing for you. We talk about how Xbox was going to be sold, right? Phil told us in the court case, we could have sold more Xbox Series X's, but we were putting those in server racks. They took them away from us to bolster their future. They put server racks across 7 continents. Sony, what are you doing? See, that's what I'm talking about, investing in your product.
Exactly. See, while Xbox was building infrastructures that could support their cloud, their subscription service, their games, and so on. And by the way, a cloud that Sony also uses. So again, thank you for funding Xbox, more Xbox related content. While they were building the infrastructure for future success, because that's how you got to do it. You got to plan ahead. A lot of these companies plan 5, sometimes even 10 years ahead with a lot of this stuff they do. Sony was there being stuck in 2006, thinking, hey, we sold the most consoles. Hey, look, our exclusive sold 10 million, but wasn't making the money back, right? And again, it was, and we definitely know all this because they told all these courts this for over a year. They told them all their dirty laundry. So everything you guys thought you guys, and this goes to those fake Xbox fans as well, who constantly flip-flopped and all that nonsense. If you guys thought that oh man, so Sony's just like, why can't Xbox be like Sony? Well, it turns out Sony desperately wants to be like Xbox. Right?
Exactly.
Hey, Unlimited, I want you to answer this question at 1:33 p.m. Elvis, that name Dia is on the show, so I won't say it here. Elvis at 1:33. I think you brought up something. You just found something on the net.
I wonder if the new contract was just the previous 10-year one that Sony signed. Yeah. It's the 10-year deal, man. A bad boy Brad, they called him up. He had the contract in his pocket, and he just kind of threw it like, "Hey, sign that," right? With a green, like the chat said. I forgot who said it, so I can give him credit. With a green pen.
With a green pen. That's still hilarious.
I gotta remember that.
Yeah. So yeah, man, it is the previous 10-year contract. You know, so just wanted to put that out there.
Let's see. Do we have everybody? Let me say hi to everyone. Anthony Chipmunk, hello
my
and
boy.
welcome. Elvis, welcome.
Yeah.
And let's see if we got anybody. That was we got. I don't know how to pronounce this. Is that Nene 29 or Neen 29? I don't know.
Nene
how to-
29.
Yeah,
Nene. Okay,
Yeah.
Nene 29. Welcome.
Mhm.
I'm trying to make sure we didn't miss anybody here.
Yeah. Hey, I see Vodka brought up the SSD. Hey man, how does that
no.
how does that Ratchet and Clank?
Oh,
how's that Ratchet and
gosh.
Clank looking?
Hey, well, it's looking as the same as the previous 17 iterations of Ratchet and Clank. That's what it's looking like. It looked like the same thing that powered what's that one garbage game, Godfall or whatever
Oh
it was.
yeah, that's
Yeah.
right. Another game that was quote unquote only done on PS5, then it comes to the freaking Xbox One.
Correct.
Yeah, man. Like, how do you guys deal with being lied to like that? And y'all just like,
All of the time.
yeah, and you just eat it up. You just eat it up. You know, you don't even try to question it, man. It's just no elite said Redfall's my game of the year at the moment. Excellent choice, man. That's a great game.
It is. It's actually very good. And then when the updates came through, it's such a fun game. I'm actually on my second playthrough now. That's how much fun I had playing that game. It's a good game.
Mhm.
Yeah. Hey, Xbox All In, Sega Forever. Hey, man, I know that you said that you respect Jim Ryan if he stuck to his guns and didn't sign. I hate to burst your bubble, man, but listen, he also Sony's just that guy who talks big but can't fight. That's all he is. Talk all that smack. Talk all that smack. We want to block the deal. We don't want to deal. Well, and at the end of the day, you wouldn't have signed it anyway.
Yeah, and Dia's girl checked him. It's like, so all you want to do is block the deal, huh? Yeah. Lulu Chang Messervey.
Yep. So
we got to give her a name, you guys, because she's one of us now.
Yeah. I
already did. I called her the final. She's a final boss.
Oh,
she is tough.
Boss. I like
that's
that.
right.
She is tough.
Yeah, man, the final boss, Lulu. You know,
Gangsta Bond.
Yep, Gangsta Bond. Yep. You got Godfather Phil at the head of the table.
Okay, I like that one.
You know, we got Hitman Matt Booty.
Oh yeah, Hitman Matt.
Yeah. That's the guy Phil spent. That's the guy Phil sends out there when he really wants to put the knife in them.
Yeah, and the one dangerous guy is Aaron Greenberg.
Now, what's his name? What did you guys name him?
I don't know. I think he should be a crime boss or something.
Yeah. I'll figure something out for Aaron. I'll figure something out for him. But you know the mafia over there at Xbox, man, they ain't no joke.
Yeah, wasn't it? You say mafia, wasn't it beautiful how the whole team pulled up? Even Yoda, Satya Nadella pulled up at that meeting. At the court.
They have each other's back, man. They stand together as a group when they face something.
Right.
Yeah. Listen, man, Satya, the dude in the shadow, man. He Dr. Claw on this, man. He the dude in the shadow. Y'all only see him once in a while, but when he come out, you know something big gonna happen. He don't just come out just to be in the public eye. Nah, he come out, something going down. But he still has one of my favorite quotes. If you want us to compete, let us compete.
Yeah, and then another quote he said was like, well, yeah, you could say we're third in the market if you count console sales. You could say that. Because Satya knows it's like, bro, these jokers mean $600 billion to us. Right. What are you talking about?
Yeah, that's true. And again, I will repeat, Xbox is they make a profit. They operate on their own. They do not rely on Microsoft. That was the biggest shock I learned.
Hey, Dia, listen to this.
I didn't know that.
Listen to this, Dia. I was listening to one show and they were talking about what Microsoft, what Sony, what Xbox had to do to keep Game Pass relevant. I calmly put in the chat because the last number was 35 million subscribers. Okay, of course we know it's north of that, but I put in there. I said Game Pass makes $525 million a month. What are you guys talking about? A company that has a service that makes $525 million a month. That's 35 million times $15. And you're complaining. You're trying to figure out a strategy for a multi-trillion dollar corporation. Stop it. Just leave them alone.
Right.
See, this is why I love of Zink. By the way, he's now known as the guardian of Xbox, just to announce it to everyone.
Oh
He
okay.
defends what needs to be defended.
100%.
Yeah, and by the way, you know, Jim told the courts, the courts, hey man, publishers unanimously hate Game Pass. I don't know, that the developer of Everspace 2 that's coming day 2 to Game Pass had some pretty good. He even said that Game Pass benefit PlayStation users. Like,
oh
damn man, you guys. This is a. I mean,
is that recent? I didn't see.
Yeah.
that.
This is from 7 hours ago. This article is published 7 hours ago.
Yeah. Hey, actually, Unlimited brought it up early in one of his other shows, because when Jim Ryan said that in court, people tweeted back that said, "Hey, Game Pass did us great as a company," and the judge even said, "Who?" Jim said, "Well, a lot of people." He didn't give no names. He was like use, well, just trust me, bro.
Right. Yeah, that's why he had to do it through video, not in person, because he didn't want to be. He already let too many secrets out.
Mm-hmm.
You know, he already let way too many secrets out, man.
Hey, dear, I didn't send it to you. I always send Unlimited things every now and again.
Mm-hmm.
One of the congresswomen pulled an Unlimited production on Lena Khan. It was the lady from Wyoming. She was grilling Lena Khan on her credibility and her credentials.
Okay.
And she tried to pose as counsel, meaning an attorney, and she didn't finish her law studies as she was supposed to, weren't paying her dues. And she pulled an Unlimited production at the end, and she posted a picture of some sheet of paper where she wasn't qualified because she didn't pay her dues at New York or something. And I was like, wow.
So that's like, just so people can understand, that's the equivalent of a doctor not renewing his license to show them that he knows what he's doing.
Great analogy. Because
law is constantly changing, so you have to stay on top of that. You know, so that means that I don't know when Lena stopped, but that means she's not keeping up with current day law.
Correct. And you have in those fields of our educational system, you have to have that license. It's like you can't call someone a registered nurse if they don't pass their bar. Exactly. You can't call Unlimited an accountant if he doesn't pass his. You can't call an attorney if they don't pass their bar. And doctors, they have the most scrutiny. And pharmacists. Okay.
So I just want to throw this out there. So by the way, Call of Duty's not coming to PlayStation subscription service. They signed a deal out of desperation. So just expect it on Call of Duty $70 to fund Xbox. You know, I just want to throw that out there because I was reading, apparently some thought that Sony got more from it. Like, Sony don't have these negotiating skills, guys.
Oh yeah,
so some people thought they got it from it, and someone probably nope. He asked about the streaming not coming to PlayStation Plus. None of that.
That was offered, and Jim turned it down. Look, people, Microsoft is not a stupid company. Okay, they will negotiate depending on if they're in the defensive or the offensive. And right now, they don't have to give Sony anything. They could have just put the games on there without the contract, but they don't care about the contract because they're going to put the game on there anyway. It doesn't matter to them. Jim is not in a position to demand anything out of Microsoft. You think he was still asking for all of Xbox's games? I highly doubt that. Okay. Yeah. So he's not in a position to do that. So no, they got whatever Microsoft was willing to give them.
Yep. They were at their mercy. It's just like go ahead, Unlimited.
Oh no. Go ahead, Zink.
Yeah, it's just like the CMA making demands, bro. You have no recourse. If it were me, Unlimited, well, I know you know, but for the chat that doesn't know, the Federal Reserves even opens on Saturday at 11:15 a.m. Microsoft could have wired $68.7 billion to Activision and closed that deal Saturday morning at 11:15 a.m. They're just trying to save the CMA's face and
Yep.
Parliament, since Parliament stuck up for them. It's like,
Yes,
hey,
Parliament is on their side, so they
Right.
don't want to hurt the UK like that. Yeah.
right. They could really rub their face in the mud if they felt like it. That's what I would have done. But kudos to Microsoft. It's kind of like when Microsoft, when Bill Gates was walking out of the courtroom, it's like the judge yelled at Bill, and Bill's like, hey, Bill, we have to figure how Apple is going to pay you this $150 million back that you just gave them. Bill turned around and said, bruh, I don't need it. Let them keep it. I don't want them to pay me back. It was kind of like that.
Yeah.
Okay.
And I want to add to what Zink said real quick is that you got to understand Xbox is not done making acquisitions. So if they can be friendly with the Parliament for the next acquisitions that they do, it's better for them to do that. They always think ahead. Okay.
No, a deal not just ahead. It's like 5, 6, 7 steps ahead.
Look at that entire deal, how they handle ABK. It will go down in the history books. People will study how they handle the FTC and the CMA, and
yes,
it will be studied because it's amazing how they finagled their way around everything.
Yes.
And they looked like they were going to lose at points, but I don't know how they pulled out this miracle out of a hat, because these people was colluding with each other.
I never go ahead on a minute.
No, I respectfully disagree. I never had a moment of doubt with this
ever.
You know, listen, 40 countries approved this deal by now, and when I say 40 countries, I mean all the countries that matter, not places like the freaking Vatican, which is kind of counted as a country. You know, nobody cares if you go to Timbuktu and it got approved in Timbuktu. You know what I'm saying?
I agree.
The main one was Japan. That was the main. Their host nation.
Yep.
Said, bro, we approved with no concessions. But that was after one of those congressmen or women called them. It's like, is that what you guys are doing to us when we go over there? The couple days later, it was like, hey, we approved this deal with no concessions. Like, you go ahead and do your thing.
Tuck Master, we got to get him in here.
Oh man, Tuck, talk your shit, dude.
Hey, Tuck, man, all right, man. Let me send you another link.
And while we're bringing Tuck in, I'm going to say hi to Faded Blaze. Welcome to the chat and welcome to the podcast.
Yeah, give me 1 second.
Oh, you missed one, dear. So Hayes is also.
Oh, I already said.
Oh yeah.
Oh, okay.
He was the one with the green pen.
Yeah.
That was I still love that.
Hey,
Joe Sinister said Jim was
Joe.
always going to sign. He may be a liar, but he's not an idiot.
Agreed.
I don't know, man. I don't know.
He played an idiot role for a year and a half because he could have saved all of this and probably got a better deal.
Listen, he could have saved Sony's reputation at least, because at least the PlayStation fans would have had the illusion that Sony still had banger exclusives and their exclusive sell. But now that we know all that was never the case, and they lived and died by Call of Duty.
Yes.
You know, he did a lot of public. Listen, as our brother Hebot said, the perception of Sony is dead.
Yes.
Dead.
Oh man, that's been destroyed so bad.
And Joe Sinister, we always have to reference the nation that did it the best, Brazil. Because their return document was scathing. That was an excellent report. Well done. And the only reason I knew better from what I've learned in school that they had no chance. But when you look at everything, and the number one thing was 98% of the shareholders wanted to sell the company. The FTC no one can challenge that. Because they don't even need 98% for approval. They only need like 46, 47. It's somewhere under 50% that they need to sell the company. You know, because it's at the discretion of the people that they elected to govern the company to sell the company or not. But when you have 98% approval, and one of the investors, which is the largest investor, is Warren Buffett. No, you're going to lose 100%. And I even gave people a bonus. I said the only thing the CMA the EU or the FTC could gain from fighting this is they'll get disbanded, reprimanded, or devalued. And all of those things happen. The EU smartened up, took a couple deals, and got the hell up out of there and saved face. What happened to Lena Khan? They decreased her funding 25%.
And
The
embarrassed her while doing it, you know.
Sure, grossly embarrassed her. And what happened to the CMA? Parliament came down on them, and they're figuring out ways to lessen their power. I gave people bonuses, dude. And it's not what I've heard, it's what I've learned. Dude, I studied that shit hard. It wasn't a joke. It was not a joke out there.
Well, you've been on the money with everything so far, Zink. I mean, you called a lot of stuff and it came true. So
I'm gonna love it, and we're gonna clown them forever. They're gonna forever get clowned.
Hey, what's up, Tuck?
Welcome to
Hi.
Tuck.
hi, Tuck.
Hey, fellas, how y'all doing? Let me turn my TV down.
All right,
Okay.
Tuck, we got you, bro.
Man,
Welcome to
I tell
Mutt
you right now.
1973. Welcome to the Unlimited Productions. Thank you for joining us today. Okay,
Hey,
Tuck,
let me
go ahead.
cuss out. Let me cuss out before Tuck jump in. Let me cuss out Xbox All In. Hey, Xbox All In, man. I'm applying for the sunrise shift. Okay. All right, y'all, go ahead.
Yeah, go ahead. So Tuck, man, you saw you saw that Sony finally signed the deal.
Yes, I did.
Yep. That Xbox wins. Phil, you know, listen, bad boy Brad Smith, he didn't even handle the contract. He could just kind of threw it to him with a green pen. So Tuck, man, let me get your thoughts on this. What do you think about PlayStation fans? Listen, Tuck, let me ask you this, Tuck, and then I'll let you speak. What do you think about PlayStation fans now supporting Xbox with both Minecraft and Call of Duty, 2 of the 3 biggest games on their platform?
You said they're doing what again?
Oh, so Sony is now funding Xbox even more than ever because 2 of their biggest games are now owned by Xbox. Call of Duty at number 1 and Minecraft at number 3.
So you said the Sony fans are not going to support it, huh?
No, they are. They are.
No, they are. They
They're
are
not.
supporting it because the
biggest
are on
games
their platform.
Yeah, the biggest games on PlayStation, 2 of the top 3 are Minecraft and Call of Duty, both owned by Xbox. And so now that money is going where, Tuck?
Okay, first of all, I'm going to start this by this comment on this deal right now. Okay? Let me tell you right now, Colin. What the heck you doing buying a new TV?
Oh, hey, listen, Tuck. I don't want to come off as how do you put it, rude or anything towards the audience, you know, because everybody's financial situation is different. But
Right,
I'm not for money. Let's just put it that way. And I want to upgrade, so that's why.
But see, this is what I'm talking about. See, this is the thing between me and you. Now you're going to make me jealous, make me go out there and buy a new TV, which I'm not.
Dude, I was trying to hold it in. I knew it was coming. Hey, Tugmaster, I agree. It's like Unlimited keep putting pressure on us with his controllers.
Oh yeah.
I'm like, Darren, I don't understand that. But that's A-okay. But no, but you know what? Let me tell you right now, whether, they do it or not, I'm glad that they finally realized and they gone ahead and come along and be along with the good side, because that bad side is still bad as hell. Like I said, I don't think anything about Sony, but I am glad that the people is kind of realizing what's going on here. They can't do a damn thing about it. Just go along with it and shut up. And that's all they can do. Now, whether they want to do it or not, they don't have nothing to say about that, because either they support it or they don't. And that's what I gotta say about that. But as far as I'm concerned, I'm glad to see them support it. I mean, they shouldn't even be in petition about it.
It's not that you're glad to see they support it. They're forced to support
They
it.
are.
Because and what Unlimited was speaking of, Tuck, is that their number one game, Call of Duty, on a PlayStation, we own it now. And their number 3 game on the PlayStation is Minecraft. We own that also. So really, Unlimited is asking you, how does it feel to be forced to fund all Xbox operations through our games that we own?
Well, they got to do what they got to do. It just basically they got to do what they got to do. I mean, it's all about gaming. It always has been about gaming, fellas, and we all know that. But if they have to be forced, let them be forced. I mean, you know, what more can they do? I mean, I'm just telling you, what more can they do?
Well, they have no choice because there's no way they're ever going to remove COD off of their platform or Minecraft. They'd be stupid to do either one.
Hey, Tuck, you could comment on this, and I'll piggyback off of Dia, because Sony can't create their own. Even though they sold a bunch of things, they're trying to create their own games as a service by creating some luck out of 10 or 12 games. We'll see how that happens. Go ahead, Tuck.
Right.
And even then,
that happens.
And even then, Tuck, Sony doesn't even support their service. They don't put no games day one.
No, they don't.
You know, they don't do anything special for their fans. They do all they did, Tuck, was half-ass that their subscription service to compete with Game Pass, just so that they could say, hey, we got one too. But in typical Sony fashion, since they're a sterile corporation who don't have an iota of creativity in their bones, Tuck, they try to copy it without understanding why it works for Xbox but fails for PlayStation.
But you know, let me ask you this, fellas: how many times have we always said this about Sony? They don't do nothing. They keep everything the same, and that's what they want to do. But now with Microsoft doing this, it's going to force them to do. They're going to have to go out there and do the best for their fans.
Tuck, even that's a failure, because as you see on screen, their response is to remake a 3-year-old game, The Last of Us 2, that came out in 2020.
I love this. Hey, Tuck, and also I'll let you comment, and to piggyback off of what Unlimited just showed, they're going to release The Last of Us 2 again without factions. Go ahead, Tuck.
And you know one thing else? The people do not want this game.
No,
they don't want this game to be remastered.
They don't. The average PlayStation gamer, not the ponies, they don't want that. They want new stuff.
Yeah, listen, let's put into perspective how little they want this game. The PlayStation 4 sold approximately 120 million consoles. Only 10 million people bought The Last of Us 2. What do you think? Even less are going to buy this freaking remaster because it's only a few years old. And I guarantee those same 10 million players not going to buy this damn thing.
Nope.
Because I keep telling you guys, around 10% at most buy these exclusives, and that's why where is it? And that's why, come on, where is it? That's why Call of Duty was funding the PlayStation exclusives, because they don't make money like that. Continue talking.
But you know what? I'm going to talk about that too. Okay, you know what? They bought the rights, you know, to have Final Fantasy off the Xbox, right? They bought so they don't have to run around and share it on the Xbox, okay? Now let me ask you this. Now it sold 3 million copies? Let me ask you this. Do you think Square Enix really care? They got their money.
That's true. They got
their money straight up to keep it off the Xbox.
That's true.
So, other words, they got money both ways. They got the money from the game. Now, what did Sony do? Sony lost money off that. How many times can you turn around and keep that up? You can't keep that up forever.
Yeah.
You can't keep on going out there spending that money like that. And that's the reason why Microsoft stopped doing it from the get-go. Because they're saying, like, why should we want to go out there and spend money on the content, on exclusive content that don't make no doggone sense? So now, go ahead and let Sony keep on doing what they're doing. All they're going to do is hurt themselves at the end, and that's it. Nobody is not interested in a remaster no more. Like I always have said, that's one thing I like about Xbox. We get things new. We get games for third-party developers that is new. Mm-hmm. And they cannot deal with that. I mean, so Sony now, they got to go. I mean, that's something that Sony should have been doing years ago.
I know. They're so behind it. I told you time was their enemy.
Yeah,
and it still is.
And let's help you. Let's help you out.
Schedule is pitiful.
Let's help you out, Tuck. Sony spent billions, as like Hebot says, on mind share, not on ownership. So if they were to liquidate Sony, bro, you don't even own Spider-Man.
Right.
So what you gonna
No.
sell to people? What you gonna sell to people that's profitable?
Yeah, when all their profits go, where all their profits is split between everyone else. You know,
Exactly.
listen, people criticize Xbox for not having various license deals, but listen, they boasted their first party, they owned everything, and now they don't have an issue with Indiana Jones splitting that with Disney. You know, because why? Oh, well, we got some of the biggest games on the planet under our wing. Yeah, we don't mind the occasional licensed game like Indiana Jones. Now, when they stopped doing that a decade ago, it was because they looked at the numbers and they said, guys, why are we paying millions upon millions for a map, a freaking map in Call of Duty? What are we doing here?
Yes.
Exactly. I want to add something too
Get
that
in
nobody's
there.
addressing. First, I want to say hi and welcome to Deploy. Good
Hey,
to
hold
see
on.
you
Let me
again.
jump in there. Deploy is a problem. Okay. Hey, man. Look, I was in a Vodka. Of course, you know Vodka is the orchestrator of all bullshit. He put everybody together and said, "All right, you guys go out and conquer the world." This Joker blew me up. I jumped in a Xbox. We all playing Xbox. They were playing Halo. I was playing Redfall. Deploy talks so much shit. Okay. He is definitely an asset to the community. This dude is not one of those to be shaken down. He is a problem. Okay. So yeah, that's a real one. Go ahead, dear. Do your thing.
Okay, I wanted to bring up an angle that a lot of people are not talking about, but right now, who do you think is the most attractive company of all of the big three it is to work for? Sony may have, according to the media and all that stuff, the larger market share, but who would you rather work under? Would you like to, like, as a developer, would you rather be under Microsoft, who have now accepted unions and will now be is right now currently transforming gaming? You can make games that you want to make, you can get all the funding, you can build out studios, whereas as opposed to Sony, where you're stuck doing remakes or whatever it is they tell you to do, a games as a service, because they're forcing that on companies like Naughty Dog, because they're not used to that and they may not have an interest in doing it, but they have to do it. So who do you, in my opinion, as far as talent, who do you think is going to come ahead with this whole Activision deal, especially with allowing unions? And I think that's an angle that a lot of people are not talking about, which I think is very important, because talent is huge. Being
You
able
guys
to keep
go.
and retain talent is big. I'm sorry, go ahead.
You guys go, because I smoked that. Go ahead.
Okay.
You really don't want me to answer that.
You know,
Hold on, Tuck. One second. Think. Don't come on this podcast and not share your information, man.
Oh, dude, I'm gonna be a jackass. Okay, so I'll let you.
Be a jackass.
I'll let you
Alright?
guys go first, because I got cleanup on this one. I'm batting fourth on this one. Everybody coming home after I finish.
you know what? I want to comment on Xbox All In, what he said about their little measly ass controller, about that $199 controller that they got. Okay, let's talk about that. Okay, we know that ain't making no money. Okay, the damn thing that like you said, Colin, battery only lasts what? How many hours now? 3 hours at the most.
Yeah, it's under 3 hours, Tuck.
Mm-hmm.
I'm like,
yeah, it doesn't even last long enough to finish a cutscene in a PlayStation game.
and let me ask you, Colin, and I know you did you ever get the? Well, I know you didn't buy the controller.
No, hell no.
So, but let me ask you this: have you heard anything about that controller? About the motion that it got? You turn around and blow into it and it make love to you and all that stuff. And, I mean, I'm just saying. I mean, I just want to know, what have you heard anything about that? I haven't heard anything about that since the damn controller came out.
I don't even know when it came out because I never seen any reviews, unboxings,
That's true.
nothing.
Yeah,
But
that's true.
Anytime, listen, people hate on Xbox releasing controllers, but I could say this: every time a controller comes out, people go mad over them. The Starfield controller was sold out in hours. That's why I had to get mine so damn fast because people were just scooping it up.
I had a little trouble getting my Starfield controller. It was
Correct.
sold out in some places, and I had to really look around for mine. Finally got
Agreed.
one.
I had to illegally get mine at Target because no one knows about Target.
Didn't know. Yeah, I didn't know it was at Target.
Listen,
Yeah.
listen, man. You know damn well if you need things illegal, you hit up Hebot as he run when you doing his moonshine.
Correct.
Runs, man.
Yeah,
We'll meet you at the border of Indiana and Illinois to hand it off to you, man. You know,
Right.
Man, I'm telling you, man. I mean, hell, at least we do know one thing about the Xbox Elite controller. At least got 40. At least got what 35 to 40 average battery life.
Yep.
Yeah.
So, I mean, so I'm like, why we even bother talk? I mean, why they even bother talking about the PlayStation controller? That's the only thing they can really talk about. And we ain't gonna talk about that damn VR bullcrap, which we know is not selling worth the damn. We know that ain't selling worth the damn. And we know they handheld ain't gonna sell worth the damn either.
600,000 units. That thing is dead.
Mm-hmm. And Tuck, we talked about that at the top of the show, but I'm glad you reiterated. Hey, dude, that PSVR 2 is a colossal failure.
Yeah. Oh, massive. A $600 platform that needs a PS5 to even run. That thing was never going to sell. And
so we talking about, if you don't have a PS5 in front of you, and you want to turn around and get the damn and you want to get the VR, you talking about at least 1,000. I say you at least talking about 1,000, maybe $100, $150.
Easily. That's before tax.
Easily.
That's craziness.
Yeah, and if you live in Canada, it's $800.
Yeah.
And shout out to Smitty Smith 100 Box and our boy Man 55.
We got AfterBoss. You said Smitty Smith, Batman, the Cape Crusader, Box.
That's my homie.
Tool Man.
Two Man showed up.
Yeah,
okay.
So Man,
the creator of First Lady of Chat, Smitty Smith, pulled up.
I wouldn't be here without Smitty.
No, he made the impossible.
Yeah, I know. Faded Blaze said Naughty Dog is creatively bankrupt. Well, I'm glad you mentioned that because all I ever hear is how Xbox destroyed everything they bought, and yet all Naughty Dog releases now is The Last of Us, The Last of Us Remastered, The Last of Us Remake, The Last of Us 2, The Last of Us 2 Remake, The Last of Us 2 Remastered, The Last of Us bundled with the console. The Last of Us 2 bundled with the console, the bundle of the remaster, the console bundle of The Last of Us, and The Last of Us TV show.
Whoa.
All that, they never gave you the multiplayer. Matter of fact, they removed the multiplayer in the $70 remake. So how is that not dead?
Tuckmaster Unlimited is withholding information. They also had The Last of Us PC version that was terrible.
Oh, that's right.
That damaged their reputation in PC era.
Thank you. Let's talk about it. Hey, also, Tuck, The Last of Us 2 remaster remake is not going to have factions. I don't know if you got a chance to chime in on that either.
It's not going to have what?
The multiplayer factions.
Oh shit,
man! That multiplayer that Bungie came in was like, no, this is crap, and they had to delay it for the 100th time.
Correct.
Also, Zink, go ahead and answer that question I asked earlier. I want to hear your take on
what question?
You guys, with the developers, how do you think this acquisition and with the unions coming into play, how that's going to affect getting talent and being able to retain talent in Xbox?
Dear, you want to ask who would you want to work for? Look at. Hey, you could list your credentials, hand them in, and have a number of studios to work for that are thriving. As Unlimited, I screenshot you, Unlimited, when you said this. I can't pull it up now, but you said something to the effect, Halo Infinite is the most successful, hated on game ever. Something to that effect. You could choose to work on Sea of Thieves, Halo Infinite, Forza.
Yeah, and I don't mean to cut you off, but the numbers guy in me can't ignore Halo, $10 billion lifetime.
Yes.
Over
10.
Sea of
Well, that's
Thieves.
because no. Go ahead.
Yeah, Sea of Thieves, over 30 million players. I was reading recently, possibly 40 million players.
Wow, it's grown that much since the
Yeah.
last count.
Yep.
Wow.
Forza Horizon 5 alone, with the paid early access, had over 1 million players, 30 million players last count. Right?
Right.
And Minecraft, the biggest game ever.
In the
Literally
world.
the biggest game ever.
Yes.
With something like 250 more or plus million cells. Like the numbers guy in me, Zinc, cannot ignore just the unimaginable success under Xbox that we're talking about here. Continue. I didn't mean to cut you off.
No, I'm glad you did. It's welcome. And to further elaborate, you say you're a great developer. You can choose to work for one of the best shooters of all time in Halo. You could work for the best racer all time in Forza.
That's true. That's a good point you're making.
You could work on the chime in because I could go all day. You could choose on working on the largest spectator sport on the planet, which is auto racing and motorsport, or you could deviate and make it more fun and work for the Forza Horizon team. You can go lower and work for the biggest franchise in the world and geared more towards kids and work for Minecraft. You could now you're going to be able to work for a game like Diablo, Call of Duty.
You can work for Bethesda. You can work for Arcane.
Correct. Think of the opportunities you have to work for when you work for such a corporation. And then the various avenues within this multi-trillion-dollar corporation that you could venture into and work across Microsoft. There are a plethora of opportunities that you can work for in Microsoft. Let's go back to Sony. They're talking about making 2 AAA exclusives per year, and we only know about 2 of them.
I'm glad you mentioned that.
Go ahead and interrupt because I could do this shit all day.
Colin Moriarty said, and I kid you not, he said, oh, by the way, Smitty Smith. Hold on 1 second. Smitty Smith, thank you for the $5. He says, shout out to Sony and Naughty Dog for mismanaged studios and unfinished games. The Book of X.
Absolutely right. We're going to go back to mismanagement. Go on ahead.
Yeah, but let me Colin Moriarty, and when you mentioned the game, because Colin Moriarty literally said that he thinks Sony's going to release 5 single-player games a year along with their multiplayer games. And I'm like, this delusional dumbass. This delusional dumbass. Sony, listen, and I want to tie that into Deep Play's comment. Where is it, man? Because it tied in. Here it is. Okay. Sony has more TV shows and movies announced than games, and that is an absolute.
I saw that.
That is an absolute fact. So I just want to tie that in when Zink mentioned 1 or 2 games a year, because that's the reality, not the lie that you're going to be told about how Sony has 5 fucking games a year. That ain't happening.
Correct. Yeah, and shout out to Wilkins. He just pulled up.
Oh yeah, and what's that? Who else? Oh, sorry, let me scroll up. 100 just showed up.
Yeah,
welcome 100.
Yeah, and you know we could go back to Sony and the opportunities you have to work for. You have a depleted force there. Okay, these guys are venturing into making dashboards and electrical automobiles now. So they're trying to, if you want to say someone is trying to get out of gaming, it's them. Where are their new games at Unlimited? Tuck Master, you want to talk some shit? Where are their new experiences, Tuck?
Okay, let me ask you this. What new experience are you talking about?
Anything. Hey, Tuck, you know what? You could even get into AI working with Microsoft because they have servers all over the damn planet.
Yeah.
Okay, let me ask you this, though. Okay, let me ask you this one question. What do Sony have to offer since this merger? I mean, since they got Activision now. What do they have? What do they actually have to offer?
They have a less than 3-hour battery controller. They have that to offer.
You know what? And if you want to put that in a statement, that's about all they got. They don't have nothing else to do.
Oh, that's
So-
not true. They have a defunct PSVR 2 that's going nowhere. That's one dimensional.
Okay, let me ask you this. And this is a good question. The only thing I got to ask you is this. What is one thing what people is going to do when the new Call of Duty come out? I mean, when the new Call of Duties come out on the Game Pass. Okay, I don't give
Surrender.
I don't
They're
give a
gonna-
give you a Sony.
They're gonna jump ship faster than the French in World
I
War
hear
II.
that.
Thank you.
That's
I
what
hear
They're
they're
gonna
gonna
jump ship. You give the option. You just giving the option for people to turn around and play on the Game Pass.
Tuck, let's talk about your Game Pass. Tuck, let's talk about it. Okay, just don't mention it and slip into the shadows because everybody chimed in. You have the opportunity to get Call of Duty for free. Then you have the opportunity to play Starfield, the most talked about game, for free. What you gonna do, Tuck? What you gonna do?
Yeah. I mean,
How
because you're
smart
gonna
are
see.
you?
I'm playing them for free first.
I mean, Game Pass. Look, if you were just interested in COD or something like that, I can see somebody thinking about getting Game Pass. But when you start to hear about Starfield landing, and if that lands good, which I believe it will, everybody's talking about it. Who can play it? Who has either an Xbox and who can buy it, or who can get into Game Pass and play it? You're going to want to do that because you're going to be like, hey, it's more games that I'm interested in Game Pass.
Mhm.
So that's what's going to pull them over there. It's going to be more than one type of game that pulls them. They're going to see, look at this. But just this year, we know that COD belongs to Xbox now moving forward. And then we know that games like Starfield, Hellblade hasn't even dropped. We saw all these games in this last showcase, which everybody's praising as one of the best showcases they've ever seen.
Ever seen. Yeah.
Dia
Okay.
is going insane here. Let me help you out, Dia. Let's talk about business terms and let's talk about barriers to entry.
Mhm.
Microsoft is giving you a new black Xbox at a lower cost with a terabyte to
That's
prepare
right.
you to download more games that you may like to try on the Xbox Game Pass system. Go ahead, Dia.
Yeah, hold on 1 second. Smitty Smith with another 5 said, "Shout out to Sony for being totally devoid of creativity." The Book of X.
The book of X.
Perfect. That is an excellent book.
Yeah.
You know what, Dia? Dia, I got a good job for you. I got a real good job for you to do.
What's
Why don't you
that?
just
Tuck?
go there? Why don't you just go there to the FTC and take Linda Khan's job? But you can't do a damn job worth a damn.
I could do a
So-
better job than her because she did a
Yeah.
terrible job.
Hell yeah, she did a damn job.
Yeah, terrible is an understatement. She's a perfect 0 and 9.
Man,
0
those
and 9.
man,
She
those-
lost
listen.
9 cases now. 9 cases, you said?
Yeah, she's the 2008 Detroit Lions, the team that went 0-16. 1 second, guys. 1 sec. I'll be right back for a few minutes.
Oh, we got you. We gonna clown. Hey, you know what? Hey, Shisnoy Lee. See, this is what I don't like about Shisnoy Lee. Okay. Now, Dia, I remember no, it wasn't. Yeah, it was Shisnoy. You thought he was nice. Nah. He ain't nice.
Shisno's my boy. I like it.
Yeah. He's a problem, just like Deploy, Baca, and the rest of us.
Boy,
Hey,
is great. Yeah.
so here's Shisnoy Elite pulling up with one of my worries and one of my angers at 2:18 p.m. Dia and Tuck. I think Starfield will land. I think he said, I don't know, flat or frat. But the media reviewers will do all they can to spoil it, just as they did Redfall. And this is what I was talking about to Unlimited. Yes, you do have to have your marketing. I'm a marketing graduate, but the different style of marketing that Microsoft pulled up by shadow dropping the game, I wouldn't let any of these reviewers play Starfield so they wouldn't ruin the game for us. Nintendo drops the game and gives everybody the game as it's dropped, and the reviewers have to review the game.
You know who
Nintendo
else does that, by the way? Ty
Who's that?
Howard. He doesn't let anybody review his game before it's released.
Yeah, man. I hope
Did
they
you
don't.
know that?
Yeah, I didn't.
I
know.
hope, yes. Microsoft, if it releases early for them to review, it's because Microsoft did it, not because of Bethesda. Because Ty Howard doesn't like it.
Yeah, and I agree with Shisno there. I wouldn't let these guys have this game because it's a game where all of us are going to have a different experience. And Dr. Vaca, he may not even play the game for about 2 years because he's going to be busy building ships. I know some of you don't know what I'm talking about, but Vaca can he can create an amazing car in Forza with the most fantastic paint job you've ever seen, up with the top 10, top 20. Okay. So I could see him creating ships all day while the rest of us are playing this game. And here where the game will want you to go right, and here I am pulling the Starfield. I'm not going right where you want me to go. I'm going to go left over here.
Exactly.
And see
it is very open world, and it's going to shock some people who are not used to playing like that.
Correct.
Where it doesn't tell you what to do. It
Right.
drops you in that world, and you decide where you go and stuff. I think the only thing it does is like right at the very beginning, it might have you like go to this one area to kick off the story element, but that's it. Once that starts, you decide if you continue on that or not, and then you just go wherever. It's that's how all of Bethesda games are. They just they don't hold your hand. You decide what you want to do with it.
And that's exactly what I'm looking forward to. I'm looking forward to. It's like why I said me. I said Grand Theft Auto 5 is the greatest game ever created to this point, and I don't even like the damn game.
I don't either. I don't play it. Yeah,
I don't play it at all. But I did play 10 hours of it, and I golfed 6 of those 10 hours. But the thing that made Grand Theft Auto 5 special, every show I listened to, everybody has something different to say. Starfield, dear, you and I are not going to play this game the same. We played Starfield differently.
Heck, we didn't even play Redfall the same.
That's what I'm
great
Redfall. And E-Rock pulled up talking all of this shit about the Rook. I'm like, dear, and I was like, what the hell is he talking about? Because we didn't run into the Rook yet.
Some people ran into it early. Like I was like, how did they trigger that thing so early? Yeah.
No kidding, right? So, everybody's going to have a different experience. And to me, after playing games for 50 years, I like to see unknown creativity is what I like to see in games.
Yeah. Absolutely spot on, guys. Spot on. Let me get caught up there for a second. Sorry about that. A step away for a minute.
That's okay. We took the reins for you.
Because we can act a fool when the leader.
Yeah. Shinzo said, "Don't forget, Colin Moore. You already moved the goalpost lit again and said exclusives don't matter now." That's right.
That's right.
Yeah.
That was excellent. Who took care of that? J-Rock? Is that the dude that's all? He's the worst of all.
J-Rock is like a thorn in their side. It's like
that dude is an official problem.
Yeah, he is, man. He'd be on top of it easily. Let's see. Also, Activision has an unannounced game. Blizzard has new IP. That's right. They do have a new game they're working on.
I didn't hear about the titles. Did you guys hear about the new games? I didn't. Okay.
No, right now they're unannounced. Twisted Metal TV show looks like ass. Yeah, Sony. I mean, they literally put that Gran Turismo movie trailer in their show, so they might as well just officially shift to making movies at this point, because their games. Because for example, when I did my when I showed the TV yesterday and I put on God of War, it was another long ass QTE cutscene that you don't actually play and you watch, and you push square, but you don't actually do the interesting stuff. You just it's the Sony formula sucks.
It's like when you and Hebot, you guys were, I think you were on Xbox All In Marathon channel. Even though it wasn't a marathon show,
he was good this last time. It didn't last that long.
But the chat didn't like it. One of the guys in the chat was like, "Oh, this is garbage. I thought I wanted a marathon show."
Yeah, they said they show up so they can have several days worth of content.
Absolutely. So in Unlimited, I think you or Hebot brought it up where Hebot was playing God of War and he just showed the controller and the game was going on without him.
Yeah,
he didn't have to do shit.
Exactly. He literally, it's one of my favorite Hebot videos he ever did, and he literally pulls up the controller and like there's nothing going on, and you just watch all the fun stuff happen. But yet when the game starts, you push the right trigger to cut wood, and you wonder why I hate those fucking games.
Yeah, man. And as we had Flip Money pulled up, he
Oh,
went off
Flip.
on 100 show last night. He went absolutely insane. Hey,
Mhm.
I don't have to do abs today because I was Flip went on just a mic drop moment of laughter. It was absolutely hilarious as Smitty Smith dropped a $5 super chat. And I guess he wants Dia to take Lena Khan's place. Lena
Hold on,
Khan,
just saw that one.
yeah.
Oh yeah, I don't know how
Lena,
to
Dawn
miss
Lena
that.
Khan
Timberlake.
is perfect fit for ponies because she is a fraud, just like the pony's magical SSD, the
Magical
Book of
ecstasy.
X. Yeah, man. Lena Khan artist, as somebody in the chat called her, man.
Yeah, that's
One,
actually
100.
accurate because she's up there parading herself around as a counsel when
Counsel.
she can't legally do that. So
Yeah.
that was shocking to learn that.
Yep.
Yeah, that was when I saw that, I was like, oh yeah, she's a government employee because only they do shit like that and think and think that's okay, man. But man, that yeah, I wouldn't want Daya to work for the FTC. That mean that she wouldn't be able to hang with us. But you know,
Yeah.
I mean, listen, when you lose every single case that you've been a part of 0-9, it was crazy. One of the guys said that usually the FTC would have a 70% success rate. How's it
Yes,
that you're
I
a
heard
zero? How's it that you 0% success? That's
yeah.
unfathomable. That means that she was unqualified at that point.
Correct. Hey, and it was 75%. Hey, Unlimited, let's talk about the triple L she got this week. First of all, the judge said no, this is some bullshit, declined it. Then they appealed it to the same judge. She said, I said no the first
Yeah.
time. Then
Yeah.
she went to the Ninth Court of Appeals. They replied, I think, in less than 12 hours. And it's like,
Mhm.
get this shit out of here.
Yeah.
3 times. That's a
I'll add one.
three-peat
I'll add one to that. She asked for a 33% budget increase. She got
Yes.
a 25% decrease.
Unlimited. She got a quadruple L in 1 week.
Can you read what Xbox All In said at 3:27?
This is it. No, that's 20.
No, that's the wrong one.
Is it
There
this
we go.
Oh,
Yes.
you people put the FTC as well under her tenure. Yeah, sinking
Yes,
ships,
dude.
man.
So a
That
lot
work.
of people left because of her. And I'm the one, especially that I think my mother is my biggest fan. I can't say she represents all women, but it's bad for women when a young woman at 33 is this terrible at what she does. But she has to be called out. I'm glad they called her out, but she definitely is not representative of women that come from the number one academic conference
Exactly.
on earth. She
Yeah.
is not representative of that, but she does need to be heavily scrutinized for her inadequate response and her nothingness to this trial. She
Yeah,
has to be
yeah.
called out.
And that's pretty bad when she's lost so many people under her. They have quit. It started with the Republican that was also in I guess in the decision making. That one of the Republicans left. And I think ultimately both left
Two
because
of them left.
yes, so
Good
that
left.
was a bad sign because you can't have one side. You need to have different voices up there to be able to be voices of reason. And also these people had experience because what did they say? The congressman said that the people that her staff and all these people were there before she got there. So the fact that they left once she was there tells you there is something really bad going on at the FTC.
Yes, and you know how you go ahead, Tuck. You haven't said
Well,
anything.
you heard with the lady that was underneath the Trevor minister when she was underneath the FTC. She said
What's she say?
What did she say? You cut off there, Tuck.
Hold on, Tuck.
And
Mark
that's what they
Cerny
did.
jumped
They
in.
negotiated.
Hey, Tuck, start over. Mark Cerny started messing with your mic.
Huh?
Mark Cerny
got-
started messing with your mic. You were breaking up. We couldn't hear what you said. Start over.
Okay, the lady that was over the FTC before Linda Khan even took over, she talked about where they had to negotiate with a lot of people, and that's how they did it. They negotiated, and the people that they could negotiate with, they handle them a different way.
Okay.
But she also said that, that this girl right here, she just don't want to do that. I mean, that she said that just didn't make no sense to her at all.
Yeah. Lena Khan must forget she's a regulator and not don't actually have power. Like,
right.
You regulate.
Yes.
Regulate. Regulate does not mean control.
You regulate.
Yeah. I don't know where these regulators throughout this process thought that they had this immense blocking ability to stop anything. And it's like, dude, lady, you're a regulator. You're not the physical president. You're not a member of Congress. You're not a member of Supreme Court. You're not a member of Supreme Court. Your power is extremely limited to just are they breaking laws? No. Well, we can't find them. That's pretty much right. That's pretty much as far as you go most of the time.
Now, when it comes down to what makes her look so bad is that the judge was a Biden-appointed judge.
Mm-hmm.
Right. And they picked her.
I mean, and the thing about it is, don't get me wrong. When it comes down to politics, yes, I am a Democrat, but even the Democrats, they try to get this girl out of this jail. I'm like,
I hated that, Tuck. I hated that.
Yeah,
I hated that. I said, stop trying to get out of
Elizabeth.
that jail.
Yeah, Elizabeth Warren had a really odd take.
I almost text you what she said, and that was ridiculous. That means, Elizabeth, that's telling us that you didn't listen to this trial. You didn't know what was going on. So if you don't know what's going on, shut your mouth.
Right. I mean, and I'm just saying to myself, I said, y'all, they got that one woman from that one black woman, she was kissing her ass. I'm like, I'll just tell a spade.
That made me so mad, dude. That was terrible.
Now the little stuff that she had done, as far as the pharmaceuticals and all that stuff, I give her
Tuck. Let me jump in there, Tuck.
Big tech, no.
Tuck, Tuck. Let me jump in there. Her job is so important. And some of the things she went after were spot on. Yeah. But when you mindlessly go after something that you are so incredibly incorrect about, dude, you have a different agenda that I can't begin to support that. And even you guys know how much I like Hogue Law. I mean, Hogue is so intelligent. I listened to a stream he had that was literally just like 13 minutes shy of 7 hours. And I took notes, okay? But he was grossly wrong in that he said it's not the FTC's job to govern the United States. No, Hope. Yes, it is. We come first. Our economy comes first. It's just like Sony PlayStation snuck away and put their headquarters in California. No, we know you're sending money back to Japan to fund their little leagues, their schools, et cetera, et cetera. Yeah. The money that's made here between Activision and Microsoft, even though Microsoft supports the world, their number one priority is this country. They donate to our little leagues, our schools here first. Okay, we're the number one priority.
Excellent stuff, man. And Sega Forever said, we got to fix that this weekend. I got energy drinks chilling in the fridge. Hat tip to Unlimited for the title for this weekend show. Yeah, so everybody, if you don't know, we're going to do the Save a Pony telethon this weekend. So, get ready. I got the morning. I got the morning shift. He got the afternoon, and I think we told Zink to apply for the night shift. So
I got you. Midnight or sunrise. That's what I want.
Yeah.
Save a pony.
Yeah, the Save a Pony telethon. The endangered species out there. That's why they're so quiet. They're all going dead. What was that, Tuck? You said they're going to PC?
Hey, Tuck, what did you just say? We missed some of that.
Yeah, no, repeat that, Tuck. Sound like a good one.
You said you call them endangered species?
Yeah. Yeah, that's why they're nowhere to be found anymore. They are migrating to PCs. Now they're gonna pretend to be PC elitists, even though they don't know what a 9090 is as
Oh man.
Hey, do you know what a 90-90 and a 90-80 is? She know, but it's like somebody else said about Dia on another show. I don't know if it was Dirt or Sean, but Dia is a truth teller. Or I think it was Hebot said it. Dia is a
Yeah,
truth
he
teller.
probably said that.
Yeah,
Yeah.
it was Hebot. She's a truth teller. So, it's more than welcome. Like, I didn't like something that Deploy said, but Deploy is a truth teller. We don't all have the same walks of life. We could disagree. We could agree to disagree,
Right.
but Deploy is 100% truth teller. We could just have a disagreement, but dude is an asshole, just like the rest of us.
Yeah. And let's see, Batman the Cape Crusader said, "What's your favorite Call of Duty game?" Now, I said it before and I said it again. I'm not a Call of Duty fan. With that said, I remember Call of Duty World at War being pretty good. I remember that one being pretty good. But you're not going to find me personally, Batman, on here praising or playing Call of Duty from the beginning.
Unlimited. I agree with what you're saying. I loved Call of Duty, but I can't say I didn't buy the last 6 iterations because I did, because I still buy them for my kids even though they're older. But as long as those cats do what I tell them to do, man, I'll support my kids till they 50. Okay, but I haven't played the last 6 or 7 iterations of Call of Duty, but it's a huge game. Just because I don't like it.
It's the best-selling game for 15 years in a row. You don't
It
achieve
is, yeah.
that by being a slouch, basically.
Yeah, you're
Yeah.
not a garbage game. Like I heard some so-called Xbox podcast saying, oh man, what's your friend's name? Unlimited, the accountant the accountant at Xbox. What's her name? Damn.
An accountant?
Yeah, she's like the chief financial person at Xbox. Oh man, I'm forgetting that lady's name. But one of the Xbox podcasts said her name. She's the last one to write the check for whatever Phil wants, and said, well, maybe she can give Halo to the Call of Duty team. What?
Oh, okay.
No, do not do
Yeah,
that.
yeah. Again, Halo's the most hated successful game of all time.
No shit, right?
Because
Amy Hood.
Amy, thank you.
Amy Hood. There you go. There you
Yeah,
go.
but because I don't know, no game has dumber hot takes than Halo, where for some reason people be like, man, ID should make Halo. Give Halo to Bethesda.
No.
Let
the Call of Duty teams make Halo.
Right. That amazes me. And then the game has been in the top 20 for 18 consecutive months.
But then people forget that they got what they wanted. The management has been swapped out. You have to give them time to set the game however they want to set it. Again, it's under new leadership.
Look, we're now going to reap the benefits of the acquisition from 2018, 2019.
Exactly. And Halo's management was changed not long ago. So
and this is where I disagree with some of what you say and Deploy. Get the old heads out. Microsoft don't fire people like that. You leave on your own. And Bonnie Ross has been there since she was working on freaking Flight Simulator. Mm-hmm. She's been there 30 years almost,
Yeah, but you can't have multiple managers up there, Zane. Pierre
I'll go full circle with you, dear.
Okay.
She's been there forever.
I get that.
If there was one thing that was going to happen, Halo was 100% dead when Bungie left. And the higher ups was like, hey, y'all make these few games and it's over. Bonnie Ross walked in the building. She was like, walked in dude's office, closed the door. She was like, nah, nope, I want it. And he was like, you're crazy. Everybody told her she was crazy. So she is one chick that has the Halo franchise in her hand. She's the only employee. She grew that to 1,200 plus. Every iteration of Halo she made, Halo 4 outdid Halo 3, Halo 5 outdid Halo 4, Halo Infinite outdid Halo 5. What did you say that in the last? If Halo was worth 5.5 billion, what number did you say it did? Unlimited, 10 billion.
Yeah, 10 billion.
So
Right.
you got these elite people walking away, handing something over that they progressed. Bonnie Ross was so dope. It took 3 people to replace one chick. Pierre Heinz and 2 other people had to replace
Exactly.
this lady. Okay.
Exactly.
So this is what she has built. And what happened? Hey, people say, oh, well, there's a desync issue with Halo. No. How about you suck at Halo? How about that? You
Okay.
just suck.
Okay,
Okay.
let me phrase things away so you can understand what I'm trying
Yeah,
to say.
go ahead. Then I'm gonna move to something.
Okay, I'll be quick. Okay, with Halo, what I'm trying to say with Halo, it doesn't take away anything from what Bonnie Ross and her team did that was good. Okay, I'm not one of those Halo hating people who
Let
don't
me
ever
say
see
one more
anything
thing, Dia.
good.
I hear
you know.
Dia, I hear people saying what Halo should do. They should bring these characters out, these characters out. Hey, Dia, for years, even decades, I wanted to know more about the Forerunners. What did they do with the first game? They introduced us to the Didact in Halo 4. All of us wanted to know about the Forerunners. There are so many stories to come through Halo. And then they gave us Atriox,
I
the
know, I
greatest
like that. I like
villain of
Atriox
our
a lot.
time.
So yeah, I
Go
like
ahead,
that.
dude. Go ahead.
And
And let me
I'm
give you
not.
one more bonus.
Okay,
One
go
more
ahead.
bonus. It's Dr. Baca. If he's in here, he know how much. Dr. Baca knows more about Halo than me, if that's possible. He
Yeah, I've
does.
heard him talk about Halo at
He
points. Yeah, he
he
does.
he say, Zink, you need. He'll message me at 4 in the morning. Zink, you need to read this book. All right, you know what I'm saying? But when Cortana and Atriox were talking in Halo Infinite, they said, you and I both know there are enemies out here worse than a flood. Really? That's impossible. You know, that's what I'm saying. That's what Baka is saying. That there's no way. Go ahead, dear.
Yeah, well, Smitty Smith with some real good shit talking.
Okay.
Don't worry, ponies. I just created Final Fantasy 16 version in Forge, so it doesn't catch on fire.
Oh, hey, I got to screenshot that shit.
That's good. Yeah.
Hey, Smitty Smith, I will be using that shit right there. So be prepared. I'm gonna talk some shit. Go ahead.
He bought the world's most powerful gamer, man.
He better not be in here. Oh, see, now, hey, Unlimited. Before Dia goes and before he jumps in here and talk all this shit, something unprecedented has happened today, and I didn't say anything about it. This is the first time I've had something to drink this early on a Sunday morning since my basketball career was over in college over 30 years ago. I'm still drinking wine since we started. That's how special today is. Go ahead.
Okay.
Listen here, y'all. Listen here.
Let me say this real quick before.
Are you being a bad boy? I guess that's all it is. Being a bad boy.
Yeah,
I ain't shit.
Daya Tuck, and then I'm gonna.
You ain't shit. You ain't shit. Other thing. How dare you be drinking so early?
And you didn't share with He-Bot. What the heck?
Wait, it's almost 3 p.m. It ain't early.
Word, for real.
Unlimited.
For Papa He-Bot is, I'm just getting up.
Unlimited, when you sent me that text, I poured a glass. Go
there
ahead.
You go. All right,
Okay.
go ahead.
Let me
Daya
get
Tuck.
this out of the way quickly. Then Tuck, and then He-Bot, right? In that order, right? Okay.
Yeah.
Right.
All right. As far as the leadership, the point I was trying to make is it doesn't disparage Bonnie Ross. I understand that, and as a Halo fan, I'm grateful for what she did. Okay. In my opinion, I blame the Xbox for having so much low on Bonnie to have to take up 3 positions. So I think for her to have to juggle that and to do what she was able to do, she did a great job, considering what she had to do there. It doesn't disparage her.
Hold on, dear. It wasn't that they made her take 3 positions. She started off as the only employee at 343.
Right, but she should have been
amassed such a community. Her title was so big and so broad. They was like, hey, if we replace Bonnie, we got to have multiple people do some of this stuff.
I agree, and I still would have, as a person that the way I would have led it, I wouldn't have had her do all of those roles. That's just me, okay. But anyway, moving to the point I was trying to say about what Halo is now. The leadership has changed, whether people like it or not. It's changed, and you have to get Pierre and whoever it is he's brought under him, because people bring their own people under them. They handpick that people that they can work with and that can do things the way they like to do it. It doesn't matter who it is. Just like I'm sure Phil Spencer, when he took over the Xbox division, he didn't keep all the Don Mattress people. He got rid of them and got the people he wanted, right? That's just what leadership does across the board.
For further context, when people were trying to hate on Phil Spencer and hate on Don Matrick for Don Matrick's views, Phil Spencer stepped up in an interview live for everybody to see. He was like, we were all in the room. We agreed with Don Matrick's views. It wasn't all him. Phil Spencer said that. He was like, we were all in agreement with his vision. And if you look at the Xbox today, it's Don Matrick's vision.
It is in part.
And Don Matrick even put Netflix on the map. He said, Netflix, hey, why don't you put your stuff in digital form here? We can help you with that. Go ahead, dear.
Okay, I'll finish up because I know Unlimited is fine. All right. So all I'm trying to say is that people need to give Pierre the time that he needs to get settled in, because before that he was doing
I apologize, dear. Let me say this one last thing. I apologize. Dr. Bach did not do this. We listen to so much.
We gotta ban Halo talk, or else.
I know. Hey, I apologize, but for further context, when Pierre came on and he first got it, and he first addressed the community and said what he was going to do, I'm naming names. Boomstick called him a liar. Seasoned Gaming called Pierre a liar. Then a couple days later, Phil corroborated what Pierre Heinz said and what he was going to do with Halo and how they were going to stay the course and just make Halo Halo. They called Phil Spencer a liar, and they wanted to believe Jason Schreier. Go ahead, dear.
Okay, I'll cut it there. Because so then we can move forward. But I don't think we disagree on a lot. It's just a few points here and there. That's all. Okay, go ahead, Tuck.
Well, I'll probably fish y'all. I mean, when it comes down to Halo and all that stuff, people just need to leave Halo alone. Halo's doing just fine, just where it is right now. You got so many doggone people that want to try to change things with Halo and everything. Ain't nothing wrong with Halo. Hell, I mean, they came out with the forge maps that everybody wanted. And then they came out with season 2 after that. And now, they're on season 3 right now?
They're on season 4.
They're doing great from what I hear.
Okay, so I talk all this shit. I don't play Halo unless Baca Flip Money and 100 force me to play Halo, because I ain't shit in multiplayer. I'm waiting on, what's that? Firefight. Go ahead.
So I'm like, okay, they on season 4. Okay, ever since they started this thing with Halo and everything, I haven't seen a fan complain about them at all.
I haven't either. They've been like crickets. I haven't seen anybody complain either.
So I'm like, and then they want to talk about, well, Halo need a reboot. No, they just need to leave Halo right where it's at, because this Halo is on a 10-year vision, and I'm hoping that they keep it like that too. And
they said they were keeping that tough.
Yeah, I want them to keep it like that, because the thing about it is, it never gets old. It never gets old. See, as far as I'm concerned, I'm not a Halo player. I mean, especially on multiplayer, because, dude, you got to know what you're doing with Halo.
Yeah.
Your hands got to be fast and all that shit. So
I don't do it either, because you just feel like you're a fool out there. You know, those guys, they so good.
But I'm not going to sit over here. I'm not going to sit over here and complain about Halo and Halo doing what they need to do. Microsoft's doing what they need to do with Halo, because how long has this Halo been out already?
2 years.
Okay, it's been out 2 years. So in other words, we got another 8 years for this Halo. So in other words, hey, let Microsoft do what they do with the Halo. And and I'm so tired of people saying, well, and I'd like to see them make another Gears of War. I mean, Gears of War is not nearly dead. It's not dead as everybody think it is.
Oh, nobody's saying that's dead.
Because everybody's still playing the game. I mean,
Hey, Tuck. I'm glad you said that. I'm glad you said that, Tuck, because your boy Sega Man and Ramo, one of my best friends that think Dia is so great, These two don't want to play the game with me, so I could show them how great Horde is and do it.
I need to
Well, I
hijack
think
Zinc so we
Segment
can
would
get
play
that
with.
game.
I think Segment would play with. Segment just have so much doggone, don't have that much time. But I think he'll play with.
Yeah.
But as far as I'm concerned, man, Halo is just doing just fine the way it is. People's not bitching, complaining about it no more like they used to. I wish they would add another single player element to it, which I don't think they're gonna do that or not. But I would like to see them do that. But but as far as I'm concerned, man, leave Halo right where it's at, and that's it. And that's my whole talking about that.
Yeah,
Hey, Unlimited, leave Wilkin right there. I see you trying to get off of that. At 2:48 p.m., Wilkin just corroborated what Wilkin and I last weekend, we were up at 7-Eleven. Here, I'll read it. Facts, Unlimited. Even I agree with banning Halo talk. I get fired up. I met up with Wilkin at 7-Eleven a couple weeks ago. We whooped a few people's ass for talking shit about Halo. They still looking for us.
I mean, you gotta look at this too. Ever since they came out with the Forge maps, people loving the hell out of Halo right now.
Yeah.
I mean, Halo's Halo, man. Halo is Xbox biggest IP for a reason. It's a Mount Rushmore game for a reason. But I do want to move on to Hebot, the world's most powerful gamer. You still, excuse me, you still there?
Hebot?
Yeah. What's going on?
Some shit, Hebot. Let's go.
So
we apologize.
First of all, thank Other Zinc for this random Sunday afternoon podcast, because he sent me Phil Spencer confirming that
he loves starting. That's why he loves starting.
Yeah. Oh yeah, definitely, because he's the one who sent me that Phil put out that Jim Ryan signed a 10-year agreement for Call of Duty. And Brad Smith, who holds a contract, he just kind of threw it over to him and gave him a green pen and said, "Sign here," right? So I want to get your thoughts on everything, man.
On the signing, I mean, there was no way they weren't going to sign.
Mm-hmm.
That's all. That was all fear mongering because they wanted to see if they got their way, since they can bully everybody else in the industry because of their favoritism that they have for them, and because everybody's a fucking Sony shill or a Sony fanboy, or they grew up with them. They thought they were going to go into a court where everything goes by rules and facts and fact checks and things of that nature, and they were going to, manipulate somehow the sports system and be like, oh, no. Microsoft, you got to listen to them. This is Sony. You get what I'm trying to say? That wasn't going to happen. Anybody when he brain cells knows that wasn't going to happen. In the court system, that's not how that works. Especially that they came up with so many things that basically contradicted whatever they said. It showed so many things that exposed them being liars, hypocrites, doing things that they're claiming Microsoft's doing that they did themselves, either in the past, recent, and in the future, that they plan to do, but they're doing other titles like Silent Hill 2, for example, right?
Mm-hmm.
These people, I don't know if Jim Ryan is just a comedian and he plays it off, late night comedian, like his side hustle. But for you to make the man's thinking that, oh yeah, Microsoft, you got to keep it parity. You got to make sure that we got everything the same way. And whenever you sell something, you got to share the fucking the funds, even though you own it. You know what I mean?
Right.
Mm-hmm.
That's like me. That's like a motherfucker coming making demands, telling me, "Oh, I'm gonna sleep with your wife, and you're gonna like it, and you're gonna let me, and you're gonna get out the bed whenever I come in and sleep, and let me sleep in with her whenever I tell you so." And I'm gonna be like, "Hey, no problem." Like you're crazy. That's not gonna happen.
Mm-hmm.
So, look, this whole thing has not only been a fiasco, it's been fucking comedy central, because it just shows you how stupid Sony really is, how their leaderships really are, how hypocritical and how unrealistic their demands are, how egotistical they've been through the years, and even now recent, that they haven't learned anything, that they really think they can do whatever they want. They really do think they can do whatever they want, because that's what the media and people on social, especially in the gaming scene, right? really got them thinking that. Like, you know how they'll be like, oh yeah, Sony makes the greatest games ever, so they can take whatever they want. But then when Microsoft does this, nah, B, you just announced that shit yesterday, better be out by next week. What, you bugging? You get what I'm trying to say? Just all those stupid double standards. And to be honest, I don't feel sorry for them. I mean, I would be being Phil after what they put us through. I'd just say, fuck you. I ain't giving you Call of Duty. No. I would have just done that. That's just me.
But
right?
you know,
And again, that's why
why
I don't run a multi-trillion-dollar company. What happened? Yeah.
why not? Why not fleece them for every penny you can
Right.
use that to
Shit.
fund your own first
There
party,
you
you know?
My love.
Yeah,
The embarrassment, the humiliation, the false accusations. They're trying to make them look like they're a bunch of liars and disingenuous. That's their character as a company.
You know what I'm looking forward to, Hebot? I'm looking forward to seeing the Call of Duty unboxing videos from PlayStation fans that boycotted. That's what I'm looking forward to.
That's the unlimited I like.
Yeah, because listen. I might even pull a move they do. I might even go to their channels and be like, "Thank you for supporting Xbox."
Yeah.
Wow.
Look, the funny thing is that the inevitable is going to be ultimately either way. Once we have Game Pass on let's say Call of Duty on Game Pass, right? The bottom line is people are still going to migrate over because once they realize, well, damn, why do I got to buy it for $70 or $80 on PlayStation when I can just play it on Game Pass, buy my maps and only pay for that, have whatever's there day one on a better, system, because online now is going to run an Azure. It's not going to be running on no damn run cheaply from other companies. Now it's going to be run on Azure servers. So you're going to have the best online experience anyway, right? On the biggest community. Because what? Microsoft said that they just hit over 150 million plus online active users, right? Something like that. So you got to figure all those things are going to come into play regardless. So you're going to see a lot more people transition over, and it's going to hurt and reflect either way, right? And if they continue to make the best hardware on console space, it's going to also reflect because the best version will still be, no matter what, by default on the Xbox, right?
Because it's RDNA 2.
Huh?
Because Xbox is RDNA 2. And
RDNA 2 and whatever else is coming on the next 10 or 15 years, Zinc. We know that Microsoft always embraces the new technology. There's always been that way. They've always done that since day one. So they're going to continue moving forward with that because that's their MO. That's what they've done as a company in general about innovation and evolving. Sony has never really done that. What Sony does is they sit back, they wait until somebody makes a move, then they try to copy whatever somebody else does and try to make it seem like it's their own version of it. Right?
I don't mean to cut you off, but as somebody who was just TV shopping, David, I realized they do that with their TVs because every review was saying things like, "Well, Sony TV didn't have this, and then 2 years later, finally gets, for example, a VRR update to their TVs." And then the reviewers be like, "Oh, but it looks fantastic."
Yeah, giving them a pass. Yeah, because they're used to that. That's how they've been treated by everybody. Because people are still thinking in the back of their head, "Oh, Sony, this is the company that's been around since the early 70s, right?" They think that that's Sony as a company, right? As a business. That's not that company anymore. They've been long ago stopped being that company.
Yep.
That their name was a pedigree, right? That their name was actually respected because they made amazing quality products in the electronic space, right? And that's what people seem to misconstrue or interpret, that they think, oh, because it's Sony, it's going to be 100%, 1,000 million quality, product or whatever. And that's not the case. That's not the case. That's why they've left the phone space. That's why they've left the laptop space. That's why they left basically the electronic space. You barely can find anything electronic, whether it's speakers. Yeah. It's a fact. It's a fact.
The TVs he bought, they're made a lot of their good parts are made by LG and Samsung. And I
Well,
got that
their
off of
TVs are
Peter
considered now.
Ramo taught me that he's a tech guy like that.
Yeah. Well, a lot of the TVs now considered, like the lowest selling, right? But it's like Unlimited said, when they dupe and copy what everybody else does, they'll try to make it like a better version, copying, and then introduce it like, oh, this is our version. This is the X980 1000 version, right? Or some shit like that. They'll name it some fancy name, like they did Rexa, right? Back in the day with their TVs or whatever, right?
Mm-hmm.
And then the fucking goddamn, tech guys that review the shit, be like, oh yeah, even though it's an implementation, it's still an incredible TV. And they make it seem like they still got great products. You see what I'm saying? And that's where, again, it's all in the interpretation. They already have set foot right in this industry with movies, with electronics, gaming, like based on their name, and people still think that their name holds weight or has credit or holds, like value, when it really, if you know how they do business and you've been following them for the last 30 years, especially, you realize that they're just a shadow of their former self, right? So that's basically the biggest issue at Sony. And that's the attitude and mindset that they had going into this court. And, joke's on them. The court just isn't like, hey, you fuck it. We ain't doing this. And we're not wasting no more court money, value, or time giving you an appeal. It's not happening. You lost. And Microsoft proved their case. And that's that. If you don't have the capital to buy Activision, go cry somewhere else. It's not happening. And, I think it was justified. I think the court did the right decision. You see how the CMA already real quick. I was like, no, let's try to renegotiate.
That just proves what we always said. They never had that power to stop American companies. That's why the moment the FTC lost, they immediately changed tune.
Yes.
And now, let's make a deal. Yeah, whatever.
But Unlimited, remember this, okay, and everyone in the panel, right? All my fellow knights of the shining armor, right? If and Knights, right? Because we have a lovely lady as well, right? If Microsoft had any devious plan, they were going to get caught. It was going to be exposed because the court was going to make them do it. So at the end of the day, no matter what anybody said, if they were wrong and they were not doing the right thing, they would not have been approved. It would have been no.
Exactly.
Period.
Right.
Because
and you know what, Hebot? They really necessarily did. From what the judge said, you mean like what Sony is already doing to Microsoft. So in theory, Microsoft didn't have to do anything. They just out of the kindness of their own heart. And also they really wanted to push the deal through without exception. And the judge saw that. It's like, hey, bro, why are we here? They're going to give you Call of Duty. Before you go, Hebot, I got to apologize. I should have announced this earlier. Smitty said at 2:54 p.m. He said, my cousin Brad Smith said, sign here, B. Well, hey, actually, Shisno Elite said that about a week ago. He said that Brad Smith was his cousin. I died laughing. I laughed so hard.
Hey, listen, maybe they're not lying. Who knows, right?
No, that's his cousin.
That's his cousin. Exactly. No, but look, another thing is too that we got to take into consideration too. Yesterday, what was DMO yesterday, huh?
I got to laugh at this tweet.
What?
This dude said, okay, so he replied to Brad Smith about the Call of Duty deal. Now make a deal with Sony to bring Starfield to PS5. I already bought for PC, but it's ridiculous that I have to buy an Xbox when I already pre-ordered.
Oh my God.
Hey, Deal, this is why Unlimited is the shit. Okay,
Wow.
And that lady morphed into Unlimited as a congresswoman, and she pulled that chart out for Lena Khan. It was Unlimited. That wasn't a woman. Unlimited is a shapeshifter. He could have
shapeshifter. What a you see, you bad boy, you. Yeah, but and also it's funny how that narrative was only lasted 24 hours, where everybody was like, well, now that Microsoft has won, I guess Sony should go and hunt down Battlefield and make a deal with them. And I'm like, look,
Shisno Elite said,
look, there's no way that they weren't going to take the deal. They said it themselves, and they weren't lying. Then Ryan said, We cannot survive without Call of Duty because it's a big, a big part of our income or our revenue.
Runs their first party games.
And by the way, just how you know he wasn't lying, because he said this under oath.
Oh yeah, absolutely.
He lied to Phil Spencer.
Yeah,
he lied to Phil Spencer when they first spoke. We find out he told him, "Oh, we'll be fine."
Right.
He was not lying.
No, you can't lie under oath. No,
he was not lying when he told all these courts we can't survive without Call of Duty.
Well, when you're competing and you're in a company, you're not going to say, yeah, you're beating your ass when you know you are.
Yeah,
you're not going to admit to that, right? Because that's part of business. That's part of also the ego of it. We're not gonna meet defeat, right?
And see, Hebot, that's why I said earlier, it should have never come to this year and a half. He should have recognized we have no recourse. Let me be nice with Phil right now.
Yeah.
We didn't even have to go through this for a year and a half. But I'm glad they did, because now everybody knows what a piece of shit Sony actually is.
Oh yeah. That's what I said. I don't like the fact that it took this long. It's been so goddamn tedious, exhausting, right?
But people see, what people don't understand is that this is actually typical. It's just for the first time in gaming we ever seen a merger this big. But mergers take long. Mergers do not happen overnight. Especially large ones like this. So this was actually pretty typical. It was just so public because of who's involved.
I mean, you see how the Blizzard one took a while, but it kind of went fast. It would have been faster for sure. It would have been actually faster for sure. But it's good that it happened this way because, like the thing just pointed out, and like I said 2 weeks ago in the podcast myself, I said the best thing about this is that all the dirt came out, even as far back as when the Saturn first came out and PlayStation 1, which was their inception. And I said, Sony's biggest regret, and you guys remember I said, Sony's biggest regret is going to be they're going to wish they never went to court with this because they're going to regret it later. I said that to you guys. And what happened is exactly what I told you. All that dirt came out, all that laundry. Nobody wants their laundry out there, but we know they've done this because they did it with their movie division when they were talking shit about Denzel in a racist way. Yes. When he was their money maker. They were talking shit about the man. Right?
Hey, Hebot, and like we said before, you came in here at the top of the show. You have with what you just said, you have to shout out Brazil because they outed them first.
Yeah.
And he should have stopped there and it wouldn't have come this far.
Yeah.
But it's short.
Yeah. Well, now they just look foolish, and now they look like beggars as well. Because once they sign that dotted line, they basically, please, can you put it on the console for us?
Let me read Wilkins' comment here. He said, "Breaking: Microsoft confirmed to us that the deal only covers the next 10 years of Call of Duty, and this specific deal does not include Activision Blizzard titles." And listen, people. We are going to get exclusive content from Activision Blizzard. 100%.
Absolutely.
So don't worry. So for everyone who cares about exclusives to that extent, do not worry. One iota. That notice only one game was mentioned. Like, do not 99% of this. Diablo got mentioned like twice during the FTC hearings. Other than that, for the last year and a half, Call of Duty. They already told me that we're next Crash exclusive. Next Spyro exclusive, the next you name it, whatever other IP they got.
Right.
Exactly.
I mean, and it's a possibility that they'll probably release.
Yeah. It's going to be the exact same as the Bethesda deal.
Hey, hold on. Mm-hmm. Unlimited had said something great. They said all of this stuff. And it was only about Call of Duty. And when those attorneys, Lena Khan's people, started saying all these other Activision games, the judge said, enough questioning. Sit down.
Yeah. Because now you're being unrealistic, Unlimited. Even the judge knows how you're going to make a company that just spend, or is going to spend, $70 billion to own these people. You're going to expect them to keep giving you all the stuff that they pay for while you profit, so you can profit.
That's for forever, too.
That's not how that works. Like, what?
It was
didn't they want COD for free? I'm sorry, I want to ask that question. Didn't they want that without any, just the COD title? They wanted that for free?
Yeah. And they wanted profits. They wanted literally Microsoft to share every profit of whatever they sold, even on their end.
Yeah,
And
Wow.
it was never going to happen.
and they wanted to stop because Call of Duty Sony had to pay extra, and they wanted to eliminate that for Call
Yeah.
of Duty.
Yeah,
They're
yeah.
like, "Bruh, nah, we're not gonna do that here." Hey,
One of the
dear,
causes too, they were like, "Oh, we don't want you to put on Game Pass either." They wanted them to agree on that. Like
hey,
what?
dear,
Like you're
dear,
retarded? No.
one of your boys just pulled up. A new person came in the chat, Fireball, so you can welcome
Oh,
them.
Fireballs, how you doing? Oh, and Wilkins said he thinks Overwatch will be multi-plat, but Diablo could go exclusive. That's interesting.
I doubt it.
Yeah, because Overwatch aren't they creating something new, Unlimited? It's
Yeah.
something.
Yeah. Well, I mean, the Diablo part is the part that I doubt would be exclusive. Now, with that,
Okay, so you think
with
both?
that
So
said-
you think both of them will go multi-plat? I'm sorry, I just wanted to
Yeah,
clarify that.
yeah. I believe so. I mean, listen, Diablo 4 was the best-selling Diablo game I believe they ever had.
Ever, yeah.
Yeah,
ever.
you know,
Yes.
and Phil, to his credit, has always said that they don't take away games that are already on PlayStation. So,
Existing.
and while future Diablos technically won't count because that's like same way that Elder Scrolls is exclusive to Xbox. Listen, they're crunching the numbers. They know what games are going to be fine staying on PlayStation. They know what games are going to be fine exclusive to Xbox and Game Pass. And most importantly, every single game is going to be on Game Pass eventually anyway. So it's going to be a win as an Xbox gamer, no matter where else those games go.
What pissed me off?
I
What
would like
pissed
to
me
ask
off?
one more question. Then where is Crash and all that stuff is going to land in? Will
Oh,
they be
Sorry, man.
I think 1,000,000% next Crash exclusive. And,
you do believe those will? Okay, okay.
1 million. Listen, do you know, Dad? Do you know the impact is going to have when Phil walks out with a Crash shirt on? They play the Crash trailer, and it starts off with a world premiere, Xbox console exclusive. Do you know Phil is going to have a Phil day with that
Yes.
moment?
And you know what? Deploy just jumped back in here, and I forgot about this one. They also wanted Grounded.
Yeah.
Oh, that's right.
Grounded
That's
too.
right.
Oh yeah,
one
when I
point,
found that out, I was shocked. Yeah, they wanted Grounded. Yeah.
Yeah.
All them games that they say corny, they wanted all of them.
Yep.
Well, they pissed me off earlier too. Was I saw on Twitter, Calibri, you know that dude that
Yeah,
claimed to be an Xbox guy. He was trying to post, now it's time for Xbox to put Game Pass on all consoles. I'm like, look, get that shit out of here.
Yeah,
Stop.
yeah. Listen, don't half-baked Xbox fans. Y'all gotta stop with this. Give these guys give PlayStation fans a bone stuff. Have y'all not seen this community? They don't even want them games. They just want to have that over your head of we could play.
That's one reason, but Unlimited. The other reason is because they don't want to admit that they actually like Xbox games. Yep. So in order for them to get justified, is okay. If Game Pass is on my Nintendo Switch, I'll play Xbox games. I don't gotta buy an Xbox console or buy into the ecosystem. That's all it is. And then they'll use it, like you said, also. Look, y'all don't got no exclusive. This shit is on PlayStation and Nintendo through Game Pass. That's all it is. It's a narrative. They'll try to act like, oh no, it's good for gaming. No, motherfucker. You just want to use it as a narrative. We know. Yeah. We're not stupid.
Listen, I see the games y'all play. Y'all don't even play your own exclusives.
Exactly.
Don't make me bust out the top 10 selling games.
Oh, go away.
Hey, you could just go with the court when Sony said their exclusives only represent 15% of their profits.
Yes, sir.
That's terrible.
And that's all of them combined.
All of them combined, dude. 15%. I thought they had all of these studios that were doing so.
They make so much money. Oh my God, they're supposed to make banger money.
Oh, bangers, just banger money.
Banger money. They sold 10 million copies, and then they failed to say, but 6 million of them were bundled up for free. The fuck out of here with that dumb shit.
Yeah. Let's see what else. What else we got? Oh yeah, now I remember. So let me catch up with the chat real quick. Oh yeah, that's right. That's right. He said Phil was hesitant and denied to say whether Diablo would be multi-plat. Well, yeah. Listen, they're gonna make the decisions, and whatever decision is gonna work out for Xbox, regardless. You know, Xbox All In said again, why would Sony or Nintendo want Game Pass on their service? Yeah. Oh, that's another thing because a lot of these games are you could play online, and I promise, and you're going to need something called that's right, Xbox Live on Sony's platform to play them games, and just stuff like that is just not going to happen. Same with the Xbox Store is not going to play on PlayStation either. Another functionality you're going to need with Game Pass, because it's not going to be a situation where okay, you got Game Pass on PlayStation, but you still buy, but you know how games are on sale on Game Pass, you'll have to buy that from the Xbox Store. It would not apply to PlayStation Store and stuff like that. You know, Fireboss said, "Don't forget crashes in Uncharted." What do you mean it's in Uncharted? Sure, going to be hard getting that back compat on PlayStation. Yeah, I don't know what you're talking about, Fireboss. Yeah, that's true. Could be Xbox hadn't decided. Yeah. Well, listen. Their decisions are going to be fine, but I do want to talk about this. Unfortunately, I can't pull up any more links. I don't know what's wrong with my PC at the moment, but it was announced that Major Nelson is stepping down from Xbox after over 20 years, and I want to give a shout out, and I hopefully everybody in the panel could say something.
I'll do better than a shout out. At one of the worst points in my life, Dia's boy, I told you guys this before, Dia's boy Ramo, he was like, hey, Xbox is going to be here in Chicago. They had all of these games, and I forget exactly what the promotion was for. And I was making all these bullshit ass excuses as to why I couldn't go to Chicago and, hang out and chill with the Xbox team. And I'm talking to Ram, giving him all these excuses to Ramo. And all of a sudden, this dope joker pulls up at my door. It's like, let's go. I get in the car. So we go to the Xbox event. We're in line. And here comes Major Nelson. Major Nelson comes through. We get out of line. And I know he's like, I guess I can't turn around this 6'5" big black dude's like, yo, what you want? I took a picture with him. Talked to him for a second, talked to him about marketing Forza, got back in line. He came and found us at the Forza machines. Brought up the same conversation, and we talked some more. Man, I must have talked to the dude for about an hour, about how to market Forza. This is what I would do. I gave him my credentials. I told him I was a business major. We had a great conversation. I'll never forget it, and I have pictures for it. Major Nelson, he's a good dude. So, I have all of the respect for the guy.
Yeah, man. Excellent stuff, Zink. Excellent stuff, man. Tuck, you still there?
Yes, I am.
Awesome, man. Yes. What are your thoughts on Major Nelson stepping down after 20 years being the Xbox, one of the most notable voices, a pillar in the Xbox community? I wanted to pay his respects as well. Through all the Activision news and shit talking, I didn't want to forget that at the end of the day, the Xbox is a community because of guys like him. So what are your thoughts on this?
Man, my thing about Major Nelson is he's just a great guy. I have turned around when he was on the Xbox and everything. I never had a good conversation with him, but I did text him and tell him that they're doing a good job. And he did have a notion to text me back, and he thanked me. So, Major Nelson is just one of the original guys. And I'm thinking about that with the whole Xbox team, because they're the only ones that's really doing stuff for the community.
Mm-hmm.
You don't see Sony doing it. You don't see Nintendo doing it. So I will salute him and give him the biggest salute on his next journey. And I'm hoping that he just keeps on doing it and keeps up with the Xbox community. So I will salute him. And hoping that he does a better. Hoping that he just keeps in contact with the community.
Yeah.
And that's all I got to say about that.
Excellent stuff. Daya 4568, you still there?
Yes, I'm here.
Awesome. Yeah. So, what are your thoughts on Major Nelson, Larry Herb, stepping down for Xbox? One of the pillars of the community, been around forever. Pretty much they're damn near since day one. Moving on to new things.
I am kind of sad because I liked his continent when it came to Xbox. I thought he was like, you know how you have those people who you can see that they're wise and they have a lot of knowledge to partake. I like that about him, and you don't see that among, sometimes Xbox have a lot of younger people, but I really like that he knew a lot and he actually genuinely seemed to care.
Right, he's our age. He's in his 50s.
Yeah, so I like him a lot, and I'm kind of sad to see when somebody like that's irreplaceable, if you ask me, steps down.
Agreed.
But so that means you got to find somebody who's just as good or close to that, and that's not going to be an easy task. But I would say that I'm grateful that he put in the time that he did to Xbox because it meant a lot to a lot of people, and I really hate that he's leaving now, which I think is the greatest year of Xbox.
Correct.
But he got to see it. He lasted long enough to see this, and so he can go away at the peak of Xbox, from my opinion.
Leave it on top, and that's where I kind of agree with you and my boy Deploy 619, in that the younger group is coming in, because you do need a younger group to come in, because the younger people are going to carry it from where we took it from years and years ago when our kids were little. My son beat Halo at 3.5. Now that Joker is 24. So there's a new group that needs attention, and he's up in our age. So you do kind of need to bring in a new appeal to the community.
Yeah,
exactly. But it's still kind of sad. So I just want to say, I wish him good luck. Thank you for his time that he put into the Xbox community, and he will be deeply missed.
Yeah, and like the girl, the young lady that's on this show, I think she graduated from Columbia or something, but she's the younger type, So, but you still have to have that charisma and that knowledge that Major Nelson possessed. Like when he took on that trash Angry Joe, when they were trying to blow up Xbox, and when Xbox was trying to give us, hey, you buy one game, you could share it with 9 of your friends. And you had Angry Joe and Ryan McCaffrey trying to diminish what Xbox was ushering in, So you have to have the power to look at Angry Joe and say, hey, dude, shut up. You don't know what you're talking about here.
Right. And you got anything else before I move on to Hebot, Dea?
No, I'm good. I'm done.
Okay, yeah. So Hebot, the world's most powerful gamer, the gaming historian, man. You see that Larry Herb stepping down after over 20 years at Xbox, man. I just want to get your thoughts on it.
I mean, like every good quarterback, right, that comes to an end in a football team, it's kind of like the same thing in a different medium for somebody like Major Nelson, because he was the face of Xbox for the social media aspect of it, right? Whenever they did any type of events, like when they were at E3 and things of that nature, and Xbox Fan Fest, and he would take out the time to speak to people and still keep his composure and wit, like Angry Joe, or even go to people's houses like YouTube influencers like Boogie, right? That really didn't deserve his time of day, right? Just to help him get more exposure.
That's why I like Hebot. I'm glad you brought Boogie's ass up. Yeah, he went to Boogie's house, Hebot.
Yeah, he did, absolutely. But he did it with good intentions, thinking that he was going to be positive. But we all know Boogie is a bag chaser, so he basically always one of those people that praises people, Sony or whatever's popular, not really what he was given, right? Somebody like Paris, right?
He don't stick to his guns at all.
Right. Now another beautiful thing too is that the Xbox community, yes, the new people are coming in, the younger, they gotta create a new younger audience. But obviously, you can't erase what these people have cemented in the community through the brand and through the company as what they did for the community every Friday. Him giving away free codes of games, always keeping in touch with people, creating a podcast when he saw that the podcast Unlocked became unreliable on IGN, and then he would throw snarky remarks in defense of their stupidities. In the podcast, if you ever listen, he always said things that were basically console war things to defend Xbox indirectly in an intelligent way, because he's an intelligent man, right? He's very elegant man, right? Carries himself very elegantly, seems to be very humble. The way that he presented everything whenever they did unboxings, we're always going to remember him using those white gloves to make it look like it was a premium product, and did it with style and fashion, right?
About that, they were trying to dog him out about his white gloves.
Right. When in fact, he was doing it in style and in fashion, right? Because it's supposed to be a premium product, right? He's selling the product by his actions, and he showed that he had a lot of class, right? But I think a lot of it, of him moving away and stepping away, probably has to do because I believe recently he had a kid, and he's an older man. So
well, he had a kid before, and
but he had another kid, and I didn't believe that, you know, him being older.
Let me help you out with that. It's like I graduating college and playing basketball the way I play, had 3 NBA tryouts, took one, but you continue to play afterwards. And when my kids got older and older, now you have to participate in their activities when they come up in age. And I think that's what he was partly doing, because I had to stop playing in those.
Yeah, but you're right, absolutely, 1,000%.
And furthermore, to corroborate what you're saying, how welcoming he was. They actually had us roped off when we were in this line. I stepped over the line. He didn't know me.
Right.
He said, hey, security, get this motherfucker out of here, right? He stood there, talked to me, and took a picture. It was very, very welcoming to someone, a straight up stranger in Chicago.
Well, I mean, look, I'll share a story with you guys that has a deeper fond memory with Major, also with me, because it was through a personal experience. And basically is, I have a good friend on Xbox Live that used to do YouTube, funny as hell, do satire stuff, but he did it to try to make fun of people that were always doing stupid things. His name is Master Chief, and he had a very good friend, and his name was Dre in real life, and his, AKA, we would call him Sir Merkham or Merk. And Merk was sick, very sick, right, for many years, and he was a big Xbox fan. He loved Xbox. He loved the people within Xbox, and somehow through people that be like Megatron and other people that are in the community that knew this, gave the word out, and Xbox and Phil and the team threw him out to the last C3 they did. And they all took pictures with him, and Merck took a picture with, Major Nelson, and I have that picture, and with all the other guys, which is a really nice memory, because Merck ended up passing away that year right after when that happened, right? And he died, right? And passed away, unfortunately. So the fact that they went out their way and took pictures with them and threw him out there completely with his family. They took all expenses. They paid for everything. He didn't pay a dime. They made him be like involved with everything for free. Like when Keanu Reeves was there, they made sure that he could meet Keanu Reeves. All that stuff, right? He was there. Xbox took all the expense to make sure that he had a wonderful experience, and and he was really happy. And those are the type of things that I'm trying to say, that people like Major Nelson and even Xbox in general as a team, that puts them apart from Nintendo and Sony. And this is not shilling. This is not dick sucking.
No,
listen, you don't see people in the Nintendo community of their people on the inside or the Sony community going out their way like that for their community.
To be fair, if Nintendo was flying kids out, they'd be going to jail.
You need to stop.
Wow. That was uncalled for.
You need to stop. You need to stop.
We're trying to be serious.
Yeah, right. And you gotta always do the unlimited truth every time. You see this?
When unlimited truth is called for, He pulls up. Hey, and to go along with what you say, and the business part of it is when you're in sales, you try to create a lasting impact.
Yeah. Mhm.
That is what he had on the community through
That's
your
exactly.
situation,
Yeah.
which is far greater than my situation. That creates a lasting impact on the entire community. No one will forget that. And the people that hear this conversation that you just gave, no one is going to forget that. And that's
Right.
and they did that also with another guy from the Iron Lords community.
Oh, okay.
Also, they did that with DMX because DMX passed away, and that's where Aaron Greenberg got X is going to give it to you.
Yes.
Oh yeah,
They gave him a shout out when he passed away. you know.
Yes.
But though when you're in business and you're in sales, you try and create a lasting impact, and those are the things that they bring out from those situations there.
Right. I just hate that people try to say that the only reason that people that work at Xbox, that the only reason why they associate and cooperate like that with their fan base is because they want to basically suck on them so that they can keep being successful because they're in last place and say stupid shit like that.
I thought you were going to say what really pisses me off is that these corporations don't give a damn about you and all they want is your money.
Right. Well, that's basically what they try to say. And I hate when they try to say that because those people don't have to do shit. Because if that was the case, you would see Sony people doing it. You would see Nintendo people doing it, and they don't.
They don't have to possess that capacity.
Yeah, they don't have to do none of that.
Your guy. They didn't. Major Nelson could have easily called for security on my black ass when I crossed that road. Okay? Well,
you're so stupid. No. They're very, and even Aaron Greenberg, all of them, you see it. They're very kind. I don't know how genuine they could be because we don't know them 100% as a person, but at least from what you see from the outside looking in, they seem to be all very kind and wanted to be very generous with their community and their fans. And they go everywhere. You've seen it when they go to Mexico, to Europe, wherever. They always give the same type of impression. And when you do that, there's got to be some type of truth and validity to that. It can't just be all fake. You get what I'm trying to say?
Correct.
So,
and it's well said in what Unlimited has highlighted in Shisnor Lee. One big reason I stuck with Xbox is because of things like that. They communicate with the community. Yes, they want our money, but they also have a community, and they do. They have a strong ass community. And it's exemplified in what you forget what I went through, because that was, even though I was going through a very trying time, when you're going through a divorce, it's epic. Okay. But what death is worth.
Divorce is not easy, brother. You better stop selling yourself.
Yeah,
that's not an easy thing, brother.
But the thing
I
is,
empathize. I know it's not easy.
But the thing is, my kids are healthy as hell, and my ex-wife, she deeply regrets it to this very second.
Oh, I bet. Right,
okay?
right. That's always the case, though.
When you're facing death, that's the ultimate.
Right, right.
And they could show that kind of compassion.
Oh yeah. They went way far and beyond. They did everything. And paid for everything and made him part of everything free and first. Like he got to meet Keanu Reeves for Christ's sakes. And it wasn't just him. They brought his entire family plus his best friend Chief, which is friends of mine on Xbox. And it was beautiful. Like I've had pictures. I posted it up on Twitter of all of them.
And I'm gonna tell you, with all that being said, dude, what we should be talking about today is the death of Sony. And we went all the way over here, which is great though. I'm glad Unlimited brought up Major Nelson, because actually, I wasn't even thinking about that.
We got to talk about him because he's going to be surely missed. He's going to be a big part, and you're going to feel his impact not being there. And that's not going to be the same. It's definitely not. Because he had an impact that, like you said, stuck with people. You know what I mean?
I'm glad you brought up what he said, because our boy Tool Man brought up, I couldn't think of the lady's name. It's Rebecca on Major Nelson's channel, and also the other guy's Jeff Rubenstein. Thanks, Tool Man.
Yeah, and and Fireboss brought up that Aaron Greenberg got him his Series X, and I remember that.
Yes, he did. Yes, he did.
I remember that. Now, anything else before I say my PC bot? I guess not. So yeah, so
No,
my
no,
thoughts,
no, no.
yeah, my thoughts on Larry Herb is so about a long time ago, Iraq told me that pretty much everything comes to an end, right? And since then, I've been more accepting of moments like this where I accept that, okay, he's been there for 20 years. He gave his heart and soul to the Xbox. He built a community. We just heard two wonderful stories from Zinc and Hebot about the things he's been a part of, right? Under his tenure at Xbox. And that's just two people from the hundreds, maybe even thousands he's touched and interacted with. Never mind the fact that every single Friday he gives away a free game or some free content for Xbox. Never mind the fact that he has an excellent podcast as well. That one of the few Xbox related podcasts that isn't full of a bunch of fanboys who don't know what they're talking about. Right. So, but so he put in the time, he put in the effort, and it's clear that he reached a point of okay, it's time for him. Just like last year when Bonnie Ross stepped away from 343. It's like everything it's going to happen. One day Phil's going to be gone, and somebody's going to take his place, and so on. Right. But what's important here is that he reached so many people. Like, look, his tweet had 4.1 million views, and this is a guy who has a little over 1 million followers. So that means that this tweet reached even more people that follow him, right? So the point is that he Major Nelson did something very rare in that he was able to cultivate his own, if you will, identity in Xbox and in gaming. So when Hebot said he's going to be missed and it's not going to feel the same, he's absolutely right. We're going to miss a next big product, a hardware release from Xbox, and it's not going to be Larry Herb with the white gloves doing the unboxing videos. We're going to miss the interviews he did, or the fact that he was a staunch. He did what I wish more people would do, and that was just he was the defended Xbox when they need to be defended, and so nothing but the best for Larry Herb, whatever he does in the future. I'm extremely happy for him. I'm happy that he could step away healthy. I'm happy that he chose to leave and he's not being forced out and nothing like that. Because listen, again, 20 years is a long time. That is a long time to work at to do your thing at your company and build what you got to build. And everything he's achieved, very worth it. I'm extremely happy for him. I'm going to miss him, yeah, of course, but overall, I'm happy that he's stepping away. And it looks like, and whoever's going to take over for the future, got a lot of big shoes to fill, and I'm sure that he'll help them along the way as well. So yeah, man, I just wanted to pay respect to Larry Herb, Major Nelson. And with all the fun we had talking shit today, rubbing it in and just celebrating. At the end of the day, we celebrate because of guys like him, right? So that was my thoughts on it.
Yeah.
And with that, I think we're going to call it a day. This was a very long show than I usually do, but
it was worth it.
Yeah,
It was way worth it.
Listen, in a day, the 18 months was building to the day. 18 months was building to that tweet Zink sent me earlier today. That tweet, let me get it back on screen if I can find it. Yeah, I'll have to, but it's from Phil Spencer. Here it is. Yeah, so 18 months was building to this, man.
Yeah.
Because remember, January 2022, Phil put out a tweet that about them getting Activision, and Sony lost $20 billion they've never recovered. Fast forward a year and a half, and now Sony lost. They lost. It's over. And here's the thing. I just found out. Phil originally was going to put not only Call of Duty but all other Activision games on Sony. However, since Sony fucked around, there's only one game on this current contract, Call of Duty. No other Activision deal is guaranteed. So if Jim and Sony didn't be the one of the only major proponents against this deal, they would have been set. They would have been better off doing what Nintendo did, create a good relationship and get more out of it.
There
but
you
instead,
go.
they shot themselves in the foot, and they're going to suffer.
They are.
They're going to suffer, right? And with that, yeah, man, man, this is like a 30-year. No, fuck, screw that. It's like a 40-year show. Approaching Wrecking Crew 10. No, yo.
I was trying to hold that back, but man.
Wow.
You know what? Screw it. We're done. No outros. We're out. Y'all think I'm kidding? I'm literally ending it